Yo, what's up, bro? Fan? How you doing, bro? How are you doing? I'm okay, bro. Honestly, not too bad. How are you doing yourself? I hope everything's okay. I hope everything's alright. Yeah. What about you? Yeah, I'm alright, bro. Glad to hear that you're doing good as well. I'm glad about it. Should I little chill stream? Um, and yeah, we'll see. Hey, yo, Usman, welcome in, bro. How you doing? Yeah, bros. Oh, dude. I'm okay, man. I'm okay. What about you? Mm-mm-mm. Watching edits? No, I'm not watching edits. I'm gonna watch the monthly finals of August. I'm under the water. Oh, I'm under the water. Sewing a zip to the mask. Ooh, nice. Welcome in, Hannah. Welcome in. Long time no see. How you doing? How are you doing? Mm-mm. Going to direct in a few minutes, guys. Just waiting for basically the event to start. This man go deeper in the water, you'll find me there too. Damn, that's scary. That is scary. Holy moly. I'm good. What game are we playing? Today special stream. I won't be playing. I'm gonna react to some esports. Um, yeah. I might be playing a bit later though, but for now, gonna react to some esports. There we go. It starts. Amazing. Um, yeah, it should be okay for the sound and stuff. Uh, let me just. There we go. Oh no. Uh, okay. Okay. Whatever. By the way, have you already watched that video on which you are going to react? No, it is an esports live. Um, so no, it's direct. I can't see it before. It's gonna be in direct. But yeah. So I've got my predictions. I don't know if I can see them on here though. Schedule. No. So you have those teams that are gonna fight each other's. Yeah. Then the grand final, and in a month or two there will be the big final of 2026, basically. And that's gonna be peak. Yeah, that's it. Um, okay, it starts. Amazing. And I can get rewards in games, stuff like that, or whatever. Not really here for that. Oh yeah, right. It's in Tokyo this year. You're right. We love it.
The fight for Tokyo comes down to this single day, and the pressure in EMEA is at an absolute breaking point. Food Esports and Humble have locked in their tickets, but behind them, 6 teams are fighting for one last direct world spot and the chance at the last qualifier. This is the monthly final of 2026. There are no second chances. My name is Sunny, alongside
Oh yeah.
and a very special guest who has his name etched in Brawl Stars history. 2019 world champion turned content titan, and while his reflexes might have aged like fine milk, his brain is as wrinkly as ever. Sven, it's great to have you.
Thank you. I'm besides a fellow Unk right here, so I kind of blend in pretty well.
We've all got wrinkles going on here.
Gentlemen, with season ending,
This guy's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already, who do you think
Hey,
has
again.
the most to lose today?
Oh, I mean, where to start in EMEA, honestly? I mean, this is probably, in my opinion, the one region that has the most potential evolving storylines. I mean, for FAU Kumala Zavesta, like, they have got a amazing opportunity, but they've got to get past
I agree.
number one
The EMEA
seed,
is
which will be locked. For each
always
team
on
to go
top.
to the World Finals as the number one
Yeah,
seed, no
Foot
matter
is gonna
what
win this
happens
one.
today.
No way to
If they
lose.
pass that first round, the rest of the bracket, it could be the grand finals early. For Reply Totem, they've made the World Finals. It's just about seeding when it comes down to things. But for Big,
Yeah, it was
now
a
for
good win,
Heritage,
but
this is a huge, huge
yeah.
day.
As you said, there's so many storylines, there's so many potential upsets. It's a little bit unfortunate, as you mentioned, that Kuma has to face the Titan of.
Is everything's good about the stream, guys? Can you hear the stream, hear me? See everything correctly?
There's 2 reasons why we see a couple of new faces in the August monthly
To
final.
see,
Once,
damn.
Novo
Damn, Prefan.
unfortunately didn't make it into this monthly final, so a lot
Oh,
of
yeah,
teams
right.
have a chance to
Nobody
snatch
didn't make it.
away their ticket to Worlds. The other one, we have challengers happening. 12 teams from 12 different regions will battle it out for one last ticket to LCQ.
What up? Just
They're gonna
stopping
be
in quick to
Istanbul
say
and
hello.
Milan
As got
event
your
this
work.
year.
Appreciate you guys. Hope you're doing
Look
good,
at
my
these
boy.
teams. How do you feel will they do? Do you have
I
a
hope
favorite fight?
you're having a nice
Honestly,
day,
I
mate.
don't know what to expect when it comes to challenges, honestly. I think there's some incredible teams from all around the world.
Sorry.
But it's the first time that we've done it. So, like, I feel there's a great opportunity. I mean, certainly for a team like SK Gaming, right, who didn't have the best of seasons in the main BSC league. For them to go out of challenges, to get to LCQ, to maybe have that Cinderella story run into the World Finals.
Yeah, if SK could win this year, that would be a great comeback, honestly. It was pretty sad when they lost yeah, last year basically.
So
That's
teams
pretty
like
sad.
SK Gaming aren't even here today. They decided to go for challengers instead. And this is
Wonder
going
why.
to shape up our leaderboard today and change it quite heftily. Novo
Appreciate
is
it, but
not
and you have a
here
good one.
today,
Appreciate
otherwise
you,
they could have
boy.
had the chance today to
Love,
lock in
bro.
that world final spot, Sven.
The storyline in the monthly
Hope everything's gonna
qualifiers
be,
was Talent Labs
okay at
beating
work.
Novo quite early on in the upper bracket, and then Novo versus Reply Totem in Veluza Grand Final. It was absolute cinema. It was crazy. And now Novo just has to sit and just
I
hope
am for
that
humble.
these situations don't unfold, and
One
I would
spot,
not wanna be in
5
that
teams
position
left.
because honestly, Kuma are looking great.
Huh.
As you can see here, there's only 1 ticket left.
Oh, I know, Humble got it already.
So
Oh,
many
yeah.
teams fighting
Then I
for it.
guess
Some
I'm going
have a harder path
for
than others, but at the end of the day,
either
it's Brawl Stars, anybody
Navi
can win.
or
5 teams still fighting for one
Heretics.
last spot to World Finals directly. They're under a
We'll see.
lot of pressure today. Now, we want to have a quick look also how we think today is gonna go. I'm super excited to see if my fellow casters have the same thing. And it does look like we are aligned.
yeah.
I would say that maybe Spoo didn't flip a coin today.
Yeah, Spoo, what is he going on? Like, what? Kuma ain't gonna win. I don't think so, at least. But yeah, pretty sure I've played the same
most consistent runs that
More
we've
than probably.
ever seen in an EMEA season of the BSC. I feel like, going into the World Finals, very curious to see how Guesty perform at LAN, as we didn't get to see him at the Brawl Cup. But I think that is going to be a serious match. But they've been preparing really nicely. It's just like with these last-minute roster changes, in the same way that I have reservations on Big today, having that last-minute roster change going into the last monthly final of the year, there's risk attached to that.
Whether you out there agree with us or not, you can get rewards by locking in your predictions over at event.ballstars.com. There's a pin at the very end, as you can see here. The rewards are also going to change up again next weekend, so make sure to lock in your predictions today and next weekend.
Yep,
event.ballstars.com. By the way, we still have a couple of tickets as well. World Finals is where it's at. All of these teams are trying to lock in that golden coveted ticket they were fighting for all season long. And you can get there without having played a single time. You might not be able to play on stage, just like fellow ex-pro player over here. You might be looking...
Ex-pro player?
Watching some Brawl as well.
I've played with
What?
you on stage.
Yeah.
Who is it?
The invitation.
I'd have heard of it.
That's all you've got going for you, and you see
I beat what was it, a shill, beat Coup to Ace,
Wow. Really...
I've got some serious things for my CV.
Amazing. Sure, that happened, totally. But you can still get some tickets. There's still a couple of tickets left for the World Finals.
Wish I could go there.
For our community team today, we have Foot Esports. Now, the first month we did this, it was a complete curse last month. More often than not, the community voted teams to watch were actually doing fairly well.
I think when the community choose to have a team be the team to watch, we curse it. It happened yesterday in East Asia. It's happened all throughout the season. But this is one where I don't know whether that curse is going to be the same. I feel like Foot Esports at the moment are certainly not just the team to watch, but the team to beat in EMEA.
Foot Esports, the
I guess so.
indisputable #1 seed in EMEA, are going to kick us off today against FA Kumala Savesta. They just don't get a lucky bracket every single month. Kuma has some of the best
wish you
teams
good at.
in EMEA against
Do
them.
you?
Still, they are in contention for an LCQ slot. Do you have a little bit of a roster swap now? Mine decided to play in challenges with a different
Do you actually
roster,
know
so
about
they
the game and
picked up
stuff?
Lena. And this is his third time where he was a last-minute sub. He's also playing against his former teammates from the Brawl Cup.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's time to shine, right? Like we've seen in the World Cup, how even myself, I doubted him a little bit. I know that the Foot roster was insane.
He's
Like,
playing with
added
Kuma
this
now?
short addition.
Oh,
They
didn't
beat
know that.
Razor Raccoon, they beat
Okay.
Zeta. Insane. And
Yeah.
they almost, with Kuma, with Linane's substituting in, they almost upset Humble in the monthly qualifiers. So you know that it actually
Yeah,
does
Linane is really,
have a fighting chance.
really,
And to
really good.
see The circle of Linane, it's constant. Every year we were talking about it, but this guy is so talented. Why is nobody picking him up?
It's been a tough year for roster changes.
No,
in
he's
terms
not,
of,
no.
who's even available. Whereas Lanana
Yeah.
has always been present and always pulling in the goods. Specifically for me at Brawl Cup, I think that he did a really incredible job coming into the final hour for Foot Esports to get them to a grand final. I didn't see it coming, to be completely honest. I mean, and to be able to now be in a position to take things into his own power and have his literal destiny be decided by himself. If he's able to defeat the very team that he was able to bring to that grand finals at Brawl Cup today, and then maybe go all the way, he could still make worlds by his own doing.
Others are collecting
Oh, I don't know.
post stamps or postcards from our
Open business,
in
auto
game
in
pins.
open,
Lena is
pit
collecting
stop.
player jerseys out there.
Hide
He
out.
must have had
Alright,
more
decent
than
maps.
any other player
Pinhole
that we have
points.
in the
Ooh,
BSC. These
like
are the
this
maps
one.
that we're gonna play today. Kuma got to pick first. They decided to go.
Yeah, I
with
don't know why
Phoenix,
Lena is not
in the open,
like
pit stop hideout, and pinhole punt is our random
chosen
choice.
by
Many of
by
these
teams.
matches we
He's
discussed
carrying
yesterday in EMEA. How do
everyone
you expect
he's
the
playing with.
meta to have
Global ban.
evolved already? We had changes this Wednesday.
Yeah, good
And how
bans.
is it gonna
Can't
differ
lie.
compared to East Asia, Sven?
Search
I
open.
think we fairly similar.
Pro.
To be honest, after looking and analysing the metrics, they are
bro,
quite similar.
whatever.
By the global bans on the screen.
What was the game
Bolt
mode again?
being banned out by Foot, which nobody wants to see Bolt, right? But the thing that
Yeah, Bolt is so
I was
annoying.
talking to Ark about it. Teams were not banning roughs against Foot. It's like this is literally the brawler that Foot play. No matter what, you can't counter Nob on the roughs. You just can't. And then going into the map selection, which you seen just before that, I'm a little bit confused by Kuma's map selection because you've got open business, which is Foot's literal favorite
Ooh,
map.
only
Ouch.
3% for
And-
Kuma.
Yeah,
Damn.
and then
Look at this poll.
They also pick Pit Stop, which is Foot's favorite map as well. So they're literally picking their opponent's favorite maps. You've got the vote there, which is nearly 100%. They've got so much going against them.
3%. That is one of the most dominant.
That's
showing we had in
sad.
all of the votes yesterday. We had a vote that was only 2% for Fennel, 3% almost there. You guys are being harsh this weekend, honestly.
But I think it's kind of warranted at the same time.
I was just voting for the
Have
best.
won a
That's it.
grand final in every monthly final in this summer split, and prior to that also. You know, I think if they had Guesty, would have probably gone all the way at Brawl Cup, in my opinion. You know, it's hard to say because it'd be Guesty's first appearance, but I think that would be the case. I also feel like, to be honest, like when it comes to maps, that first map.
Hi guys,
is
welcome
one
in
of those
Colorful. How are you doing?
They did practice
I'm
a
not
lot
too bad,
from memory,
thank you.
12 instances, 10 of which they won. So I'm looking forward to this first map.
Last monthly final of the summer split, last monthly final of this season, and we're gonna start out on open business.
Open business. Alright, nice. Interesting map, honestly. If you don't get the mid, you are cooked, basically.
Foot, the undisputed #1 in EMEA, Kuma, that are still looking to get some points towards that
they
LCQ
banned
side
Nova,
at the
Surge,
moment.
Gray,
The bans are already
Meeple.
Meeple, Stu, and
Stu?
Lulu stand up by the side of Kuma. They
I'm not sure about
do-
Stu.
And on a map like
Yeah,
this,
Griff is
you
good
want some
first.
area control,
Yeah.
you want some damage, so Griff
Course.
definitely a good first pick here.
Crow is open.
was
I would
trying to
say
pick out some
Crow.
holes in the ban selection, but I
But
think most of them have just been covered. Like they removed the Grey, they don't want to face off against what we saw in East Asia yesterday. The Grey Ems combination is just so hard to
Yeah, I
counter.
would
So
say
when you go
Crow.
into Griff, you've got Meeple is banned out. I was going to suggest that. They do look
I don't
at
know.
Finks though, for no matter what.
Oh,
they love
Finks?
going Finks into any matchup.
Yeah,
And they
could
won't be surprised with
could
Amina.
be.
Amina is a great counter.
Mina,
to Griff,
yeah.
and
Nah,
just
Crow.
managed to
See,
pick Crow. The Crow's
I'm
got a
still
bit of
good
thing
at
off
drafting.
recently. There's
Okay,
some balance changes. He does have
make
good matchups
made
with
sense.
But now they need a little bit of zone time. Like, yeah, Crow stays in the middle, but he's not got the most health. They need
Like,
someone
honestly,
to
Mina
make
could be
aggressive plays. It's
decent.
very predictable, Angel Boy and Mina, right? And we've even seen in his YouTube videos recently. Make sure you watch them, by the way. They're goated. He's been posting ranked content out there.
Yeah.
He's been explaining that Mina is so good into Griff, so surely we're going to see it, right?
I want to see Brawl's like max be sort of highly valued here. I think as well Sirius is definitely one for Kumala Vesta.
No, where's Skullful?
I think it's definitely up there, Sirius, yeah.
Serious.
Like,
Ooh,
really
okay.
cautious with
I
the
was just
approach
welcoming you in and
here.
asking how you were doing. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hope you are doing as good as possible.
I think maybe Barry. I'm curious as well with this region how
They could go like maybe Amber or
I know you've got your reservations on that Brawl 2 space, so kind of in these early doors moments,
Quite
of the
sure.
seeing how they kind of value brawlers like that.
yeah, maybe Amber.
Usually you see a lot of Mag on this map, Lou, but
Or
the
say
Roman
yes,
Band's already
please.
super targeted towards this also in the
Thanks.
map, actually. Finks coming in here, he
I'm not too
had
sure.
a great run in every
I
single
mean,
hostile map
yeah,
in recent
no, it makes
times,
sense.
but wasn't picked up too often
But
yesterday,
then-
so now, in July, I wonder why that is, Ben.
I'm also wondering too, and I'm also wondering how they can counter the Sirius, because Sirius, I think most people, what they go is like a Ball
think
or something to
Penny.
counter
Yeah,
the Sirius.
Penny
It's
or
really been
Amber.
working recently. Sirius is
Penny
kind
is
of
like the best
most
venture
underrated
for
brawler in the meta
Sirius,
right now. I've
but
seen a lot of teams use it, and now they're
Edgar?
Go with Edgar. Wow. Okay, so Edgar we saw
Yeah.
previously. That's
Yep.
pretty decent
No, right.
into the series.
Okay.
Now with a last pick available, are we going to see the Damien? Are we going to see the Mina? Are we going to see something?
the
that can
Damien,
put
nah,
pressure
that would be
onto the
so dirty.
opponents? Because now you can't go more control because the Edgar's thrown out.
It could be Damien, but the Griff worries me a little bit in that regard. But often when we see this early serious pick, it's a lot to do with the idea that the opposition therefore can't consider Damien, and they can just kind of pair it in that third and final pick instance.
RT.
But again, like, there
Imagine.
could be other ideas.
Don't think so,
I'm
though.
curious how this Crow's gonna fare. Chester,
Yeah, it's just
Black
yeah,
has
makes sense.
definitely always been a very,
I'm
very
doing good
solid
too.
brawler in
Nice,
terms
let's
of-
hear it,
Yeah,
Colorful.
Crow, we didn't see at all. Like, I'm still.
Hope Leon is, getting a bit better.
Was surprised to see that we didn't see barely any of it.
That's gonna be interesting. Yeah, didn't think of it. It's a really good and
Everything
such
on the
good
line
guy.
here for the side of Kuma. They
Huh.
win the monthly finals today, and they can lock in the world final spot. They at least win the quarterfinals, and they have a chance at LCQ. This match is so important for them, and it's against seed #1. I'm excited for this one.
Let's kick it off then. So open business. Again, this map was like, wow, putting it up against Foot. how are you going to beat them at their own game here? Now the middle interaction is going to favor Crow quite heavily, I believe, in this first interaction. Edgar's going to jump in pretty early. Lenar picks up 1 kill already.
Alright.
Into Chester, he's definitely going to face this match there. Chester, we've not been seeing too much in this meta. Honestly, one of the least played brawlers right now in the meta since his recent nerfs. But into Edgar, he has the perfect match.
Yeah, yeah.
Lenar opting to use
Still
hard landing
really
and
strong.
confirm the kill onto Crow. And this is
Nice.
50-50 matchup so far, but now starting to establish a bit of control.
Okay, well, then on the right-hand side, starting to lurk around here. Ness trying to tap up Angel Boy, getting some consecutive shots.
Alright, alright.
Does avail to a trade. Not down this right-hand side.
Still gonna close, but ooh, good super from Nub.
As well. Ness gonna be healing up into the mid. That time warp could be.
Whoa.
I'm surprised.
How did Nest get all of that damage? Like, worst super ever. Hyper. Not yet, okay.
For now, because he knows if he uses it onto the things, he can just teleport back.
Good.
Nob uses his super onto Lenar as well, and look at Sirius, he's built up so many clones. This is looking perfect for Foot.
Yeah, Guesty is building an army for sure. Oh, that's a great hypercharge there from Nob. And Doppler cannot push into that.
Angel Ball hypercharge as well.
Hypercharge available for Lenan. Angel Boy has also his. The lead now extending in favor of Foot. Past 80% mark now as well. And Lenan, the perilous position.
Yeah, must be a win. Yeah, it's a win. Leon's arm is very up and down every time back to Doctor at Wednesday. I think they need to put back the pump thingy again. Oh shit. Start to hit out. Where's this gonna end?
Each other out, see which
There is no.
which team would actually draw first.
Not cool.
blood.
Not
But
cool.
as the game went on,
Sorry
you seen
about that.
Sirius could build up his clones. You saw Chester would have his hypercharge super as well. I'm quite surprised that Chester built it up so fast. I don't know, with Griff, it's one of them ones, right? Like, yeah, he can still be good with Coin Shower, but I think the main purpose of Griff, even with all of his changes, is that normally want to open up the map. And I just feel like
Yeah, I really don't understand why the Griff is using that gadget. Like, he had to play the break.
And Dompe just hasn't really got
I mean,
enough
I don't know.
in his kit
This one is
to
still
really implement
good,
this game.
but
Yeah, lacking in firepower. Lenan as well getting addressed and bullied. And this is
Oh, what
the
I
top
think.
left-hand side here. Down to 68 HP, and Nob will finalize that kill quite comfortably. So again, Angel Boy already having Super 2 can afford to go on the aggressive. Guesty tapping
Ooh.
again.
Okay.
Consistently building
Oh,
up
good-
the army
good
as we
trade.
speak. And just at the moment, really struggling as everyone falls. That's going to put a bit of a stop to the objective, but in that time that was spent on the zone, Foot were able to establish 42%.
Yeah, at this point, it's how do Kuma come up with a plan to win this game, especially as Sirius builds up these.
Kuma
clones.
can't win
Now he's
this.
facing a really
They had,
tough
they got
composition.
out-drafted.
He's jump in onto Crow, manages to find the
And I
kill.
think the
That's about
gadget's
the only brawler can really confirm kills on pretty
choice
easily.
was,
Now Ness can establish a little bit of control, forced back by
yeah, it was not it.
Super. Angel Boy jumps in straight
Ooh,
They confirm the
double.
kill onto Lenar,
Nice.
but teleport back from Nez, manages to stay alive, but just barely clinging on. But they brought back so much percentage now.
Yeah, Ness did well there, despite being low HP to keep his distance, but now Guesty is punishing the action.
Finally.
Bringing forwards yet another
I mean, what, bro?
shadow. Now Lenan going to try to go in on the aggressive.
I'm done
It hasn't
suing.
worked out so well
Nice.
this time round, however, it has. Trying to cycle, but again, Nob shuts it down. He can't seem to find the right timings to take care of it.
It's pretty hard with Edgar now, especially since the few nerfs that he received. It didn't impact him a lot. I don't envy his position whatsoever right now.
Yeah, it was the best,
Nob, that's gonna be effective.
yeah,
I think it's
you had
super
to use
though.
it.
Now we're gonna establish
Good, good, good.
control, just Nez in the back pocket here. He's trying to find one kill. Angel Boy's pretty weak. If he could confirm that kill, that'd have been great. But now the hype charge comes out from Guesty. Look at how tanky these clones are. Another takedown onto Lenar. It takes forever for him to build up his super. And with the Let's Fly nerf, Foot are now running away with things. I see no way back for them.
Yeah, Sirius is just too powerful. I don't know what to say. They, yeah, they should nerf him to the ground. He's always been way too strong.
So, I mean, I did have my reservations, like I said, about this map selection. Maybe Kuma had a good win rate on this map, but Foot, this is the one map I would say I wouldn't want to face Foot on this map. They just know this map inside out.
I think for me as well, the serious pick was what they all struggled on the side of Kuma to do much about. The Chester as well is a really underrated thing that, you know, you can see the effectiveness of it. I mean, Lenan was not really able to go on the aggressive nearly as much as he would like to onto them. Even there, look, Noble's so low in terms of HP, and that's stunning the kit that, you know, you roll the dice for Chester. And
Alright. Well, it's good that you could finish that, bro.
In that back pocket is going to be helpful in some manner.
Well played by both, but Foot doing Foot esports things just like
Whoa.
Spen said. They take this first set, the 3% that voted for Kuma. You need to be a little louder. I think they need the support. Out in the open now, Foot esports map a pick.
Out in the
But
open, I
since
don't like
of
this
course, in the
map.
last few
But it's
months,
always
we
interesting in
have
sport.
introduced this map pick. More often than not, the teams actually are losing their map pick currently. We're at 100% rate from your own map. So maybe this is going to be the time where Kuma can strike. They have had some great showings over the course of this season. I feel like with the addition of Lana, they became even stronger. So I wouldn't be too surprised if they could have beaten many of these teams today. But Foot might just be a different beast.
Yeah.
Like I said, they've been so consistent. That's the concern when it comes
So
to
they
They've
banned
not really shown many, if
Kids,
any,
Daryl,
weaknesses.
Charlie,
As we move into out in the
Baron,
open,
Jin, and
Pearl look
Rock.
big man out here.
It
My first pick
makes
personally on the side
total
of the esports
sense.
here, see where they go for it.
Makes
Rock being
total
banned out by
sense.
Kuma's also another good first
Yeah,
pick,
yeah.
early brawler out of the mix here. Good to see the kit ban. You know, that, I think that's a brawler we have to.
Not yet. Oh, damn.
So Naj gonna be the first pick for Foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as
I would actually see Eve
I know
there,
that Daryl and
but
Kit are banned out, but
I don't know.
surely this can be punished. I mean, Foot are the pros; they're the ones that are prepared for this, and you can never doubt them, right? But there are some holes in this. But this is the thing with Foot, right? Like, if we go Nigel first, but they're probably baiting
Yeah,
them
maybe
out into something.
Eve
Because
or
if they press them
Angelo.
too early,
Huh.
then Foot have another 2
Don't know.
responses to go. I mean, Surge is a banned out. We saw Surge
Archie?
really work out too much into
Leon. All right.
It's a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
option into Niger
Of course.
because you've got the lollipop drop gadget, you've got the speed to combine with that. With Niger, you need a bit of speed.
I wonder what
aggression,
gadget is
because
gonna use it though.
Max isn't banned out as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Max Leon and just run it down.
Oh
against
yeah,
Surge.
For
Max.
me
That's
personally,
right.
most importantly on Out in the Open is to get into the mid. On the left side, you can either go with the Watcher, Angela would still be left open for that, Eve potentially, or you just break
Yeah,
combat
so
with Brock
what I
out
was
the way.
saying, Eve
Pearl
or
would
Angelo.
be a pick that I would still
I like
consider
those
here.
two.
We saw a couple of times where Graves was played against
Pearl?
yesterday too, but I feel like Pearl is just in such a good
Okay.
position
Yeah,
in the current
makes
meta.
sense.
So good into anything aggressive,
pretty
when
good.
she is super available, and she would also be pretty good against the Leon, just with her burning gadget, making sure that they can scout him out.
Can't really go
Good
tank
meter
here.
for me. That's kinda like where Foot Esports
Can't
is
really
absolutely
go
thrive here. It's one that is never really banned out
Archie.
against them, but you know, with the windmill gadget as well, like it's able to shut down a Pearl pretty
Huh.
quick. You can kind of bait out the gadget in that regard.
I mean,
Maybe
Max
it's
is
a
still an
possibility,
option.
but Still early doors in EMEA to see whether that's a brawler which is kind of being reserved.
8-bit, of
Maybe
course.
going forward now
8-bit.
for Foot Esports.
Yes.
Definitely a brawler which
Of
has
course.
definitely some very obvious weaknesses, but I think with the buffies now,
Yeah, he's got the
especially,
buffies.
the amount
That's why.
of utility you can actually provide your teammate is like so strong. You just can't. You can't
Honestly,
ignore it.
if that take Max with the speed for the 8-bits, it's pretty good. But we'll see.
Also be a great counter to Pearl as well. Outranges, and especially once you get the turret. So now they're kind of hunkering down together here with the 8-bit being very defensive. Now they need something to maybe protect them or go aggro.
Ooh, a
You know,
Mina.
it's
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
I mean, still to this day,
Forgot
they're
about
not
that.
banning the Mina. I know she received a couple
Good,
of nerfs, but
nice.
I'm watching, just watch
Glad
Angel
to
Boy's
hear it,
content. He's
well,
going Mina everywhere. He can win it into so many different matchups, and it's
Oh,
also a
Angel
great
Boy
matchup for
on the
Pearl.
Mina. Holy shit. He's like one of the best Mina players in the world.
That I hope I will never have to
Whoa.
face in my life, please. On the right side now, actually
It's
starting
like,
off
I don't know,
will
it's
be a
Tampa with
She did receive
Shade.
a
It's
couple
the
of
same.
nerfs, but I still believe she is
Woo.
gonna be a
Piper.
mainstay in
Hmm.
meta for a little while longer. They opt for something with a bit
I
more range instead.
do not
Spen
understand
doesn't look too
the
happy about
Piper
that
pick.
Piper pick, honestly.
It's
Yeah.
50-50, right? I mean,
Don't-
50-50.
don't be saying
you love Piper,
Nah.
and it's good on this
No
map.
slander about
Just
Piper today,
because
please.
it's your favorite brawler, it's not necessarily
Yeah,
a pick. It's
basically.
fine into the Naja.
It's
great.
a
The
really...
other two, she
It's
might
really
struggle
bad.
with Spen.
She can do something against Naja if she's alone. But 8-bit, no fucking way. And yeah, Mina's just gonna dodge everything. So, I don't understand.
Piper does have good matchup into both 8-bit and Nigel, so it's not like a horrible
No!
it's just-
She doesn't have a good matchup with
When the pressure is on them,
against
most
8-bit. What is he on about?
So I guess they've kind of got that with Pearl already. So you see Lena already pushed up, and this is beautiful. This is how you play Leon, by the way. I think I've seen Leon on this map before yesterday. You just need to be aggressive. Ness already getting tapped up. This is a great start for Kuma because this map is all about positioning. If they can gain positioning of the enemy bush, most of the time just end up winning anyways.
Yeah, some great opening snipes from Nest. The problem with Piper here is really going to be that if the meter pushes forward and then put esports get in the back spawn, Dompe,
one is down.
Here as well to
Yeah.
And now low HP as well. Oh, nice there from Angel Boy as well to seal it. And now what are you going to do? You know, it's not a product that you can 1v3 with. They can try and open up the map ready for the next round, but ultimately, you know, get some good value, maybe some utility.
Could have gotten a super.
A super to be able to evade some of this aggression that Foot are going to bring. But, you know, it's very, very difficult in this map. This is one of the hardest maps to really come out of the spawn when you're pushed up in that kind of chokehold.
I was amazed how quickly Foot just did that. It was almost as if they baited them into it and then just took them down. Anyway, Guesty now has...
Might have been what it did, honestly.
Great option to use against the Piper.
Ooh, hit the Leon.
How did he find him so easily?
Damn, that's really good. Yeah, they lost this round. They lost all the supers. They are cooked. And what? What was that super? Savage. Nice. What's up, my boy? Can say I've got some work to do around the house. Patient. No worries, boy. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing good, my boy. How you doing?
Like another league, isn't it? Like Foot Esports are just like always one step ahead. It feels like it. You know, you can draft into them, but it feels like they've already planned for every eventuality. I mean, the Naj is going to struggle against. Sorry, going to be very good against Piper as well, with a longer additional range. Like Foot Esports can just stay more controlled and allow Angel Boy to go on the aggressive. The survivability of that man is just honestly.
Ooh, that gadget is savage.
Lovely little 8-bit connections that Nova's getting off the gadget as well. With the extra credits, it's just going to give them so much value to in the opening moments.
Oh, that was risky. Oh, guess he's being really, really confident.
Extra credits get so much good value on this map as well. Everyone's grouping up in the bush. Now with extra credits with the Buffy, it's going to connect onto multiple brawlers. Ness going to get really weak here with the poison as well. And it just feels so comfy for Foot. They've got such a good setup. Dompe's going to burn down a little bit. Angel Boy is going to get pinched out.
That's a good kill there. Doing good, my bro. I'll catch you later on. Got your stream right on my phone. Pretty sure, bro. I'm glad you're doing okay, man. My boy. Oh, they lost. Okay. I'm back. Welcome back, bro. How you doing?
Let's see if they can turn it into a game.
Trying to see how Leon sneaks in here. Like, where is his free kill? I think the only thing that Leonard can really do is just pressure at this point.
Yeah, the Leon is just waiting for it.
Damage buff from Piper. She does a hefty amount. That's why you've seen her a little bit more often. But are just playing a slow game. They know they have to just wait around for Nob to get his super. Leonard waits for his gadget. He's going to push in. Ness has to fall back though. He's been tapped by Guesty. Guesty keeps landing these shots so frequently onto Piper. He's going to have to retreat a little bit here. Now Leonard opts to use his super. He's trying to find somebody, but they know he's sneaking. They've got a turret to save them as well. Angel Boy knows that Lenane is overextended. He's got to get the pinch out. Dompe misses his gadget as well. Now with the 8-bit turret set up,
I don't see how they could lose. Nah, just super, yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, in a way, that break of the bush has kind of backfired because Lenan really kind of wanted to utilize that to be able to be sneaky and to be able to do the first round.
It's not over though.
First opening kill and make it that 3 versus 2. And Foot Esports were able just to kind of keep the control on the bottom right-hand side. Hypercharge available for Ness. I haven't really seen too much from Dompe yet in this round. We need to kind of see more. There's a nice connecting gadget there onto Angel Boy, who will burn. But safe and sound on that bottom right yet again, waiting for Nob to get set up. And this is where Foot just really thrives, just keeping that control, staying back, utilizing that,
nice.
the distance of that Naj. Now the hypercharge coming in as well.
I just got baited by the AI. Savage. Amazing.
Yet again, going the way of Foot Esports.
Thanks.
I don't envy Kuma.
He's sick.
This is why I retired. Like, how do you beat teams like this?
Um,
Perfect. We've got perfect synergy,
3.
perfect draft, perfect mid-set adjustments. It's like they just know everything about
Isn't that right?
the game. It's insane. And honestly, I had
think it
high
is.
expectations of Kuma. I mean, it's a roster that's put together quite last minute, but they've been performing well
Welcome
in
back,
scrims. They've
bro.
performed well in the monthly qualifiers leading up. And so far, I'm yet to see any true signs of a fight.
I mean, you can retire then, or you just become like them. How about that? I must say, if you're not a fan of Kuma already, after what they showed us in the past monthly finals, I definitely became one after what we've seen in other little small tournaments here in the EMEA, the Brawl League. Especially Dompe really shines in moments.
That just
where
is a
he
bit
has to
a bit sad
clutch. Usually,
face.
now Pearl is not exactly a clutch
Yeah,
brawler.
good players
I
like
did,
that.
however, like how Kuma as a total player
But,
together. Whenever Ness was low, Lana pushed up.
Yeah,
they
game
made
is
sure
game.
that they always keep Foot under control, but then the slightest mistakes, Foot can capitalize on. That's what Sven meant. They're so good at, just making the impossible moments happen sometimes, where they just turn things around, even if it looks like Foot is actually on the back foot. In the next moment, they find a kill. Now, Pit Stop is Kuma's pick. And we talked about it yesterday. It is one of the most scrimmed maps from Foot Esports. They absolutely love this map. Kuma scrimmed it even more often, so don't give up hope.
Why, bro?
It's also the biggest
What's
coin
wrong
flip
with
map,
it?
though, isn't it? Which is kind of where I feel Kuma might be going with the bands here, the Buzz, the Miko, as well as the Kaze, Griff, Edgar, and the Cordelius also. Because this band always, to me, says we're going to take away your defense and go in with something like a Melody or a Chuck kind of idea. Melody here
Yeah,
would
good
be the
bands,
best ball to kind of
but
make work, or something really tanky like a
think
Bolt,
we use
something
like
which will kind of right up Lanan's
Brock,
screen here.
Bali,
Definitely as well is kit open, kit
sorry,
open. Kaze being banned made
Juju. Actually, Juju could make sense. Rico, of course, Rico.
And this is a map that I can get behind it.
I love the Rico, and we didn't really see it too much.
I'd see
because it's so strong, and this is a map down the years. I would know best, right?
maybe a
Rico is so
serious.
good on pit stop. It's just made for him. There's so many walls, and especially
Maybe
with the
a
buffies.
serious.
At first, I thought, okay, maybe he's received some nerfs, but with Bouncy Castle and with Robo Retreat as well,
Because there are
with
so
the
many
new
mistakes in
buffies,
this.
he's actually
I'm
pretty
sure it's
strong.
okay,
So
bro.
what do you go with here? Now you need. I mean, Rico's
I'm sure it's
actually not
fine.
that good into aggro anymore. Before with multiple launches,
It could go,
that gadget
could go,
still
Nita.
really easily. So we see the surge, and we see the
Hmm?
instant shade as well.
Wow,
Again,
okay.
I mean, what does that go to say? They're very happy with this draft.
I
Okay.
think so too. Shade, so
Yeah.
good on a map like this one. Kit, yesterday was used sometimes also to defend.
Sorry.
To do just that. Usually Kuma
Well,
loves
they can
to
just
play
go
Kaze and Lumi. Lumi was
cold.
the first pick of Foot. Kaze banned out of the way. So
I
they
think-
don't have
I mean,
much to go
huh.
still. Boss sometimes showed up
Maybe
too,
not.
banned out by Foot as well. Foot really seems to have this
I would go
draft
like,
control. I think the only thing they could
What?
still go here is
Huh,
something
Brawl?
like Brawl,
Oh,
thank you,
no way.
because it's so good
When I
in
said it,
the
yeah, makes sense.
weaker, assassins, like the less HP.
Oh, he's loafing his ass up.
Brawlers, but is with every right
Oh,
also
try to fix
better
them.
than
Yeah,
Soft.
yeah, bro. I'm sure you're
They
gonna
are
make it.
just, like, happy
I mean,
to
nothing's
see it, which is
perfect, right?
crazy to
No,
see. Like,
nothing's
when it comes down
perfect.
to the draft,
But I'm
like,
sure
they
you
are literally
you'll make it
smiling
look good.
when they are feeling like they've got it under control. The game hasn't even
Have
started
confidence,
yet,
bro.
and they're already feeling
Believe
good
in
about it.
yourself.
I mean, it could backfire, but it's Foot. It's like Angel was so happy with that. I mean, Bull in the past used to be able to do okay into Lumi with the hypercharge, but how is he
Yeah,
going
exactly,
to get
colorful.
this hypercharge?
Exactly.
That is the problem, right? It's going to take so long for him to get it, and you're just seeing Foot on
Yeah,
their
bro, fam.
brawlers, right? The problem is here, like Ness isn't really going to get too much into the game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good jump.
Really good pressure there with Surge.
That
Dompe can
is
get one
annoying.
safe. This is a great start for Kuma. Then
Ho,
say,
ho.
hey, we're just going to go for a base race as well.
Base race.
Clears this up, though. He's got a Shade Super to use, but
Yeah.
now Shade has to defend against the Bull.
Ooh.
And that's not really going to work
Not
out
got
too
destroyed.
well. Nearly 2 cracks gone already.
Holy.
Yeah, fantastic start here for Kuma. Foot behind, aimed when he's get some good swipes here onto the safe. Trying to balance his time between the safe and Lenan there. Gets a jump out, but meanwhile, big push coming in here for Foot. And there's only really gets to here on defense. There's a lot.
Is Zinjable just staying here doing damage?
Summer's not gonna connect, now not
Wow.
coming in.
That
But, I mean, it's
is
I don't think
risky.
Yeah, I mean, it's once you get nearly a 2 crack
I don't get it.
How are you able to defend this? Great
Yeah.
plays there from Kuma. So
What was the
they
Shade
just
doing?
doubled up. They just didn't
What?
defend that Foot predict. And like
That
I said,
was
if you
really
don't find
good.
it, they were
Damn.
laughing at the draft.
They did really good.
Complacency
I've tried making Spider-Man masks since I was in 4th grade.
game strategy there from
Oh,
Kuma, but
fair
these
enough.
great teams, they make these adjustments. They've made a small mistake there. They've let Kuma in a little bit. It could be the most insane reverse sweep ever, but I think Foot will have other ideas.
Oh, hit the second gadget. Okay. I mean the double.
Going straight for the juggler, but Lenan does a good job in defense. Angel will get some swipes
Yeah.
to the safe, trying to line up one now as well. But in the meanwhile, Ness low from the bottom right-hand side for Kuma.
Rico
Waiting for
should
his time to
be
strike. Not
dead
much,
soon.
just to jump it. So get some swipes.
Not,
That's
maybe
shielding,
not.
keeping Ness alive here for a lot longer than I thought
Yes,
he would,
nice.
honestly. But no crack of the safe, just 2% shy.
No. Holy.
Misses his jump. Lenar with a great time.
Ah.
He gets out of there, and it's just a small percentage lead.
Yeah, no, on Surge is just something else, honestly.
Oh no! Opts to jump onto
Oh,
Angel.
nah.
Connected through a
What a
wall.
mistake.
Manages to get a crack onto the safe, but Angel
He jumped.
away.
Wait, wasn't the wall?
Swipes, and he's going to get his hyper charge. Lenar just jumps in. He needs to eradicate that straight away. Now guess he has his hyper charge used. Hyper charge coming out. He manages to get the kill
Ooh,
onto Nob.
that's
Don't be trying to slip
violence.
through. Hyper charges galore from Foot here. Easy kill onto the Rico. A jump from Nob as
Uh,
well. So
yeah,
shut down
Twitch
that
should win this.
offense. Guess he just goes on the offense as well. They're just rotating so well.
No.
This composition, this roster can do everything.
Oh my god.
Put under pressure, but they are still in a very good advantageous
Okay,
position.
yeah, they
Now
got
the
this.
veteran kit is there. They should be able to seal this
Nice.
and get to a match point
My
position.
Blazzo
It's
helmet
looking
got
bleak for
lumpy
Epic,
and
that was
way
by
too heavy
far
because I used the
their
wrong
best
blue
performing
flip
game so
paper.
far in this set, and it's just looking like it might come
So it
to an end
slides
here
back
regardless.
and forth.
I think that if Kuma
Um,
can just get through this
oh,
set, wipe
that's
the slate clean
unfortunate.
and get to the second draft,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
can
Mask
really
got
help
pretty hard
here,
to do. I
but
couldn't
don't
do
seem
one
too
myself,
deterred by it. There's
honestly.
mistakes on the side of Foot that aren't even proving too costly.
The whole year is on the line here, but it's against Foot. They really need to pull the best gameplay they've ever produced right now. Ness is going to go on the offensive. Dompe's doing a great job on the Rico,
Mention
by the
boy
way. He's getting some great
cooking.
moves. He gets on the safe a little bit earlier this time around. I think what Kuma have realized this time around is that Foot can just rotate between offense and defense. They all have capabilities there. Great jump onto Dompe there. That's going to confirm the kill.
Ah, Surge gonna kill him. Yep.
Boy, he knows that he can get so much damage onto his safe, but Kuma doing great. They're now on the safe as well. Unfortunately, the safe was needing to be cracked just when Bull was there in time, so Foot can just get a great lead.
Oh, they had to back up to protect the safe. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, going for the safe, okay. Okay.
That's great synergy there for Foot.
Yeah, I was a bit on the edge again. I thought it was going to happen. I thought he was about to detach, but Angel Boy is now clapping this safe down. Dompe with a great defense with Rico. Hypercharge is popped. He needs to try and find Guesty immediately because time is running out. Ness has his super available. Will he confirm the kill onto Angel Boy?
Oh, no. Super wasn't good there.
Nob can go on the offensive. Now, Kuma can't afford for any brawler to slip through. Both Nob and Yasuo on the offensive here. They're just going to wait to heal up. Now Hypercharge is popped, just 15% left. Dompe just barely
Yeah, they won.
super, and that is it.
GG's.
Going to 3-0 Kuma in
That's why
contention.
that's what I
A
expected,
great
honestly.
fight with so much on the line, with so much pressure. Unfortunately, their year ends there. I mean, commiserations. I really feel sorry.
They
for
are
these
so
guys because I feel like if
disgusted.
this roster
I'm sad
was
for
to
them.
have happened a couple of months ago, they would have been looking much better in his position.
Game, bro. Be
but
careful, bro, fam.
unfortunately, most of the year just didn't pan their way.
Yeah,
and,
careful.
their dreams have been crushed.
It was always going to be a massive mountain to climb, you know, and I think for the storylines, I would have loved to have seen nothing more than the last monthly final for esports taking the L. I think that they've been overdue one in all they are just still showing that they are the team to beat in this region. Just looking so competent, and every single draft just seemed like it was just on point. Like they just
Nice.
have every trick in the book, it seems.
Last time those two teams faced off against each other in the Grand Finals of April, it looked like it could be this complete rookie rosters month. They beat out Humble in the quarterfinals, they beat Nami in the semis, both of
Silence
Rio
Lab.
notably,
Oh,
and then they meet
replied
Foot,
to them.
makes it a clear-cut 3-0 them back then already,
Oh yeah.
and now again today. It is truly heartbreaking. Kuma came
Sorry,
this year
guys.
as one of
I
the
am
underdogs,
exhausted.
and their first monthly final ever. They already showed what's in them. It is heartbreaking how they now have lost their only chance at LCQ and Worlds.
I
Exactly.
know, because this
Exactly.
roster has great prospects, especially Dompe and Nez. We know
Careful.
everything about Lenart already, right? He's such a great player. Unfortunately, I don't think he'd get picked up by any more rosters. It's tough for him, right? But Nez has so much potential. Dompe as well. It's like if they faced off against any other team, and I mean any other team, they've had such a better chance. I really would have fancied their chances, because when there's so much on the line, the preparation, it was there, but they faced off against four.
At least you already know we're going to see Lena sub in for another team, either LCQ or Worlds, right? He subbed in more often than any other player here in the region. Again, heartbreaking for Kamala Silvestre. I would have loved also for storyline's sake for them to make it through the quarterfinals today, you know, upset the LCQ and the Worlds race a little bit. But yes, it just wasn't meant to be. Spoo, welcome to the show as well. I'm really glad to see you so soon, I guess. I didn't want it to be a 3-0, but at least we get you this soon right now.
Yeah, it's great to be on, and it's great to start the day off with -1 on predictions. Yeah, but it happens. I think Lena, he made me feel a lot better knowing that he will most certainly find yet another team down the line. I'm sure that there will be someone who will require his services, whether
I can
it's
imagine,
in the
Cliff. I
postseason
can
or in
imagine.
2027.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if rosters are locked or not, but by the predictions, I think I might have sold Kuma a bit too much to you before the show. I mean, they were looking great in scrims. You look at their win rates, they looked fantastic. And in the monthly qualifiers, they look great as well. I mean, no, you just flipped a coin surely there, because how can you bet against Foot? They've got nothing going against them.
I just believed in Lena and Dompe and Ness, and
He was part of the 3%.
I thought back to April when they upset Humble, and I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe Foot will go easy on them. Maybe, you know, they're thinking to themselves, we already seed #1 of the region. We don't really need the points. Let's do it for the plot. But clearly, the Angel of Death has no mercy.
From this region, Foot is going to the World Finals alongside Humble and Reply Totem. If you are a huge fan of one of these three teams or any other team of any other region that is going to Worlds, you better get your tickets still. There's a couple left. I believe we're sold out on VIP tickets, but there's still some general admission tickets, and I'm very sure they're gonna be soon gone too, so you better grab some before they're all gone. Now, quarterfinal 1 already out of the way, we wanna head straight into our second match. I hope it's gonna be a bit closer. We just had a 3-0. It's Talent Lab versus Reply Totem. And you see that right, Talent Lab actually qualified through the upper bracket. It's the first time we see this roster in a monthly final, and they reverse swept Novo. They beat Heretics 3-1 in the qualifiers too to be here today.
That shocked me when I looked it up and I said, you've got a new team in EMEA at the final season? Well, this ain't East Asia. How is that possible? And I couldn't find much about these players individually, Spen, until I looked at challenges and found that, wow, some of these guys actually finished, you know, second in challenges on, you know, separate teams. But that just goes to show that even this late in the season, teams can still rise and fall.
And one fun fact as well, Sandfire was playing with Skyrix. Do you remember that familiar face from my times? Yeah, he used to destroy me back in the day. Skyrix teamed with Sandfire for majority of the season, like Spoo said, came second. Sandfire left that roster, picked up another great opportunity with Talent Labs. So with Talent Labs, unfortunately, they've had to substitute in, well, not unfortunately, but unfortunate for Agachi, he had to substitute out. Mewtwo substitutes in, so I know quite a bit about Mewtwo. I think in some ways, he can be controversial. He has got the talent to back it up, but it's a last-minute substitution, and especially with their preparation, it didn't look the best after watching things. But hey, if they can prove me wrong, they can prove the data wrong as well.
So that would also be my reason why I voted for Reply Totem to win in the end. Talent Lab unfortunately has to play with a sub today. These are the maps that we're gonna see in this series. Totem got to pick first. Gonna go with Pinhole Pond.
Pit
We
stop,
haven't
really
seen so far
open,
yet
okay.
today. Pit stop.
Dueling Beetles,
Again, it seems to
only
be
good
the revised
maps.
map of
I
EMEA.
like
Out in
those.
the Open, Layer
Sure.
Cake, and Dueling Beetles to follow things up. Again, Talent Lab is one of the two reasons why Novo is not here today. Novo, that was sitting in that 4th World Final slot, is now looking at this monthly final, hoping for every one of their opponents to lose, Boo.
Yeah, they take Schadenfreude to a whole new level. This is the time where you sit back, you have some popcorn and maybe some anxiety medication, because you look at the 4 teams that's chasing behind you. Yes, one of them got kicked out. Kuma is out, but Big, Navi, and Team Heretics all have a shot to upset.
Still some really,
And
really
all
good
they have to
teams.
do, I
That's,
believe, is
for
something
sure.
to do with making a grand final.
I mean, a grand final in this situation is still pretty difficult, but it can happen. And as you alluded to, if you're Novo, you kind of hate watching here. You really want these teams.
Wow.
You want these teams to go down because
Lose!
I know, but at the same time, it's like there was so much pressure in the monthly qualifiers, right? And they lose in that upper bracket, and then they get sent over to Totem, and Totem is like, we're just gonna book our World Finals tickets. See you later. But now it's just not in their hands whatsoever. Talent Labs, I'm a little bit familiar with them because I always see when I'm just playing Brawl Stars, check my friends list, they're always in tournaments on match arenas, no matter what. And we spoke about this with Guesty, right? That's how he got good with Team Electros. That's how they got good, from grinding match arenas. But it's a different roster, it's a different combination. So we're gonna have to see the first time how it's gonna fare off.
We're gonna find out very, very soon. Reply Totem on the other side. Guess who's the second reason why Novo isn't here? Also beat Novo
Max Leon
in the
makes Darnova.
qualifiers. So both of them
Makes sense.
have sealed
I'm not
Novo's
too
fate
sure about
in this
Darnova
monthly
though.
final.
I know
Both
she's
bets are
really
in.
good, but
Bolt is left open for
Hmm.
only the second time this month. It was left open a single time in East Asia. Played only once that as well. He's super, super strong still after the nerfs on Wednesday. So this is exciting. Starnova is banned out here instead, which despite her being open a couple of times in the last match, we didn't get to see her at all.
Yeah, I can only imagine that's because she's reached a point where teams are getting a little bit more comfortable, and EMEA kind of leads the meta most of the times. The rest of the world, we're just lesser beings that copy EMEA's drafts, I'm gonna be honest. So, yeah, great region, by the way. So yeah, with Starnova being a little bit more familiar, I think, you know, it's still very strong, but players are starting to figure out, you know, how to deal with that. But Bolt has kind of taken up that spot where no one really understands how to deal with this roly-poly at the moment. And with them leaving it open, I'm glad we're gonna get to see it.
What I want to have a look at now is what you at home voted. Who is the winner of a Reply Totem versus Talent Lab?
don't know who's the winner.
Almost even.
But I
What's the
know
winning
a
first
certain
times this month?
winner.
Yesterday it was
Yeah, I'm
2%,
for
today
Totem,
it's
so
50%
the Reds,
vote. Today it's
guys.
almost 50-50. I hope that means
I
that
didn't think it would be that close,
I mean,
actually.
I'd hope so, but I don't know. Talent Labs has a really nice logo that might have been why we voted
I was
for it.
about
because
to
of
say
the
that.
logo.
Yeah, I was like,
Seriously?
I think the Totem social media team or the marketing team from their end may, you know, have to relook at their campaign, because surely Talent Labs is showing up for the first time. They shouldn't be getting this much popularity, but maybe that's just because of the upper bracket advantage.
We get to see the players from Talent Lab now as well. Sandfire, by the way, in the German community is known as Little Semantic. He looks like Semantic a couple of years ago. So Ben, since you have played against him,
He actually looks like him.
would you
Holy
say that?
shit.
I
Lil
mean,
Semantic.
Younger
A
Semantic.
little bit.
Oh no way,
He's
Lil
got the talent
Semantic.
of Semantic, though. That
He
would
does
be
look like
the
him.
question.
For the final one out of the way already, we're now heading into number 2. Let's hope it's a bit closer.
Alright, let's go. Draft time.
With a 49 to 51% votes. I'm super excited for this one now.
Stu, okay.
Stu coming in early. I'm hyped about that too. Whenever Piper comes in, Ark is happy. Gale is Kenny. Me is Stu. I really like that brawler. Super strong with his speed gadget. Good on Pinhole Pond to just make sure you and your teammates can dodge it out a little bit better. You can
Thanks.
break open the map with the other gadget.
I
Now,
give Stu.
left-hand side. Good answer to it.
Maybe a
would be
Chester.
Meeple or 8-bit. I quite like those two brawlers on this map. Both of them banned out.
Very well set up here. I think Stu's also a super.
Oh, yeah,
versatile
Crow.
player. Yeah, Talent
Yeah, of
Labs,
course.
yeah. A little bit forced to go
Still
for this Crow
would
selection. It's a
say-
bit more of you know, soft check there to the Stu. I don't think it's an oppressive state anymore back in, you know, our day where we saw Stu Max and you're like, yeah, Crow's open. What are we doing now? It's not that oppressive anymore, which is pretty good. That's going to allow them to...
Not too sure.
I do think that they do need to develop something more aggressive here to pair with it.
Like you said, I don't know whether the aggression right now is their play. I mean, I think late down the line, they last pick, they could go with an Ashe, but they go with Kenji straight away. I mean, Kenji and Pinhole Pun is a great option because even if you're not doing a lot of damage, you are pushing up and being aggressive. The Talent Labs to win,
Kenji would.
you need to be aggressive and try and make
I don't know.
If you're just going to be playing the control game, you're not going to win against a seasoned team like Reply Totem. So now for Reply Totem, they need an answer to this Kenji. But what do they have in their pockets? They could go with Gale. They really like Gale from when I've watched them in previous tournaments.
Gale, yeah. Gale should be here.
You can
But
actually pinch with yourself. So I wouldn't be surprised there.
Not convinced.
For the area control, we saw this
Not
before on the
convinced.
map. I like it. Rico is the person would pick on this map.
Yeah, Rico, yeah.
I like your idea with Gale. I think
Chester
Kenji
could be
specifically, then
good
the Griff is
for
really
the
aggressive.
blue.
The
Damien,
is
of
something
course.
that they
Well,
play
the
so
red.
often. A 67%
Yeah.
win rate, by the way. Haha. Ben actually did the motion. That's great. It's booted too.
Well, they
Oh
get
my
good.
God, I'm so
Yeah, they got a good
embarrassed.
draft.
Anyways, Damien
Huh.
has
What are you
lost
gonna do?
we saw it a couple of times yesterday. He has received
Chili.
nerf after nerf. Every single time we have balance changes spent.
Honestly,
has
Chili
progressed.
wouldn't be
He's
that
still
bad.
He's still decent.
Oh,
against
so
Sirius.
yes.
I was gonna say, it was one
Of
of
course.
two options here. You can double down with the aggression, go Ashe, because Ashe is great into Damien.
Ashe, didn't think of him. But Sirius, okay.
The best counter to Damien Sirius, if you guys
I'm
didn't
not
know,
convinced
because
about
you just auto
their
clone
trap.
easily. The more health that brawler has, Sirius can just take so much health for himself as a clone, and you also get the knockback as well with the clone, so it's a great matchup to have.
Talent Lab with Mewtwo as a sub. Let's see what they can do today against a team that is already locked in for the World Finals. Totem just here to play for Pride.
Well said, Sunny. Playing for Pride is what Totem are best known for, and also just
Ooh.
winning games in general here. Very quick, aggressive push is going to be coming out here. Yeye is the first to fall, and this just might be
Yeah.
the Joker just walks
Yeah.
this one in. This
Wow,
is a
that was
lightning
quick.
fast series spend.
I tend to see this a lot in Pinhole Punt. People just run it down. If you think you've
Did
got
not
enough
expect.
health, and if the opponents have
Yeah,
to
but
push,
yeah,
you just
Damien
gotta
is just
run. Sunfire's already really weak.
so aggressive.
Barely misses out
Huh,
now, but it's a
yeah.
3 versus 1 total.
Wow.
This is a bloodbath. So
Wow,
oh,
wow, wow.
This is why these guys are so good. They know straight away by the enemy composition. Okay,
Oh right, Joker is in Totem now. Right, it's not for SK anymore. I forgot. That's why.
31 seconds.
Yeah,
That is how long it took for
he's
Totem
one of the
to,
best players in
as
the
you
world.
mentioned, identify
Mori and Maru. Oh yeah,
this talent
yeah,
lab
makes
problem is
sense.
the fact that they're just too
they
slow.
might win. Yeah.
Usually strong enough to just run it down in the mid. It's just completely blocked out by
Might
the
win the
Griff, and there's
finals.
too much burst damage in their part. But I do like what Talams are doing here. They realize that they can't really
Forgot about
compete in
that.
the early game, but if they hide behind these walls, yeah, play a little bit slower, allow that series to build up a little bit of that momentum.
Ho ho ho, Kenji cooking, man.
Mewtwo gets an opportunity to push up as well. Joker's got to jump onto
Damn.
but just manages to get the kill. I thought with those nerfs, sometimes Crow can actually survive that interaction. Manages to get the kill though. Joker is like a Damien specialist at this point. Bro just only plays Damien, but it's for good reason because it works. And in these situations, you need a good aggressive player. So I think with the matchups, I think we should be getting serious a little bit more onto Joker. Beat that super as much as possible. But on the defense here, Sunfire look for an opportunity to break out. One shot is going to go down. Joker's going to pop his super. Now with combination with Maori. Great super out from Sunfire. And that's perfect for Talent Labs. I mean, they haven't even conceded a goal yet. That's an improvement.
Big improvement, but it's still a ticking time bomb for them. They are waiting for that
Hyper charge Kenji.
which
Yep.
is online. It is committed to the
Oh,
fact that
it wasn't
Joker
too good.
And a great defense blocking out Maru from that goal as well. Talent Labs continue to hold this position, but Joker's gonna be jumping in there, going straight for that serious, denying all that shadowy value that he brings.
That was beautiful. He knocks him back towards his teammates again. And now Totem in a 3 versus 2 situation. Maori pops the Punch Shower, trying to keep Yeye pretty weak. Crow just doesn't have the damage anymore since the damage nerf. He's so easy to pressure. And it's literally 2 minutes Totem just sitting in the bush. They're playing patient.
They're still
When it
holding
comes
up,
down to overtime, they have
but
the competition. Maori's
Yeah, don't know for how long.
Maru actually going to get punished there from U2. Now it looks like a great situation for Totem to reset here, but still keeping control of the grass, even with a man down. Joker's going to jump on in. He's got enough health to walk this one in. Now, Totem in a winning position, 20 seconds left. What do Talent Labs have?
Flashbacks to 2023 as Totem pioneered the theorem on Brawl Ball. Pass it to your teammates is the name of the game. It goes for onto Joker, who jumps in there. Just needs to buy time. Only 8 seconds left on the clock for Sandfire to desperately get this ball over.
Damn,
Nah,
that's not what I meant to do.
He's gonna stop this.
Whatever.
Corner the ball in his own pocket, and that's gonna be Totem
Damn,
taking the
GG's.
first set.
Wow, that was a demolition. It was a demolition. The first game is always the hardest, especially as a new roster,
A
right?
demolition.
But
Yeah.
would have at least wanted a little glimmer of hope. I think that glimmer of hope there was definitely Sandfire. He was working pretty well.
Really
considering
was.
Into a Damien, constantly pushing him back. The composition, like I said, I mean, Sirius is good into Damien, but it's a very bushy map. If they would have gone with something aggressive, it's risky, right? It's risky, but Ash has good matchup into two different brawlers. I thought maybe going into this, they just need to throw the kitchen sink at it, because like, what's the worst that can happen? Totem are going to outplay you the majority of the part. That's why they've all got their
Yep.
slot to the World Finals.
It's not what I meant to
Want
do.
to take Totem a bit more under the loop here. They came such a long way. A very rough start into the season, actually.
Okay.
Semi-final out for them. After that, quarter-final out. And for April, they did not even qualify. It looked like...
Damn. That's a good one.
Totem for the first time
Can't
in
lie.
ages at the World Finals. And now, already locked in, playing the August monthly finals completely.
Oh yeah, this map again.
Leaned back, and they look like they just rushed through the competition today. That might as well be another 3-0 after how that Brawl Ball set looked. They won in June, and after that in July they got finally stopped by Novo. Got their revenge now in the qualifiers, of course. Totem is looking like one of the teams to beat in EMEA. I'm excited to see them shine today, to see how far they can go. On the other side, of course, for our storyline, if Talent Lab wins this one, it would be a more interesting race.
Interesting, but not really consequential for the postseason, if we're gonna be real here. I mean, Totem, they are looking really, really mighty strong now. I think, as you've already mentioned, and the spring split spin was a bit of a disaster for them.
It's so good as the first really competed in Mask.
For sure. I mean, even from the outside, you
Oh, hold on.
this is just not the Totem that we recognized, back in their prime
Sorry.
in 2023.
Check
But
that out.
right now, do you think the way that they're drafting, the way they're playing, is it more reminiscent to that time at their prime?
I mean, they're locking in at the moment, like you alluded to. Earlier on, it did seem like a roster change might have happened.
Is this really your best?
I mean, the Kaze coming in, and this is a specialist from Joker, again, on pit stop, or just any heist map in particular. Joker always
Kaze.
plays this brawler, and Kaze is such a hard brawler to play. Every time I watch him, like, how is he getting so much value every single time? Now, if you're Talent Labs, how do you
Rico.
approach this? You've got the kit that is often used. And
Said
you don't want
images
to
to you
waste
on
such a
ID. Yep.
Kaze on this map, because it seems like a good recipe.
I'm waiting for them to load.
A lot of teams have been going it pretty recently, so I'd probably take that away from them. And then you
Oh, they're really good, bro.
Probably gonna pair Kit and a Shade.
It looks
I'm,
really good.
Getting flashbacks here right now. Pit stop, a map that we've seen today already. Quarterfinal number 1, it was Foot Esports playing Lumi, Shade, and Kit.
Yep,
Let's see
really,
if we
really
see the
good, bro.
Exact same now from Talent Lab. On the other side,
It is gonna
we
look
had
so good.
Surge, Bull, and Rico. Kaze was banned out for Kuma, so they didn't really have a good follow-up to that search. I like these Kaze search comp a lot better, so let's see what they can do with it. Last pick now, first up though, and it's not gonna be the Kit. That's a must pick now in my eyes for Reply Totem here, together with the Kaze. Such a good synergy, great at defending, even a Shade. Nita, of course.
Yeah,
also
Nita
has
is good.
great qualities whenever she has the bear available. Hyper bear.
I think they're
it's
gonna go with
a long way on
a Rico.
I think a thrower could be really good.
Thanks, no worries, bro.
You can limit the Shade,
It's very
the
good.
Nita, the Lumi. I think Berry is probably your best bet. I
Berry?
would say.
Very
Like
EMEA
Bali,
pick.
yeah.
Yeah, Bali even, because mainly because I think
No.
they're expecting this kit. Okay, they go with
Griff?
Ah,
What
I feel
the
like
hell?
We all wanted to see a Kit, but there's the Griff instead.
I'm not.
I don't mind it.
I
It
don't
has a
understand
lot
the
of
pick.
damage output. They
Yeah.
play very
but
defensively here
we'll
though
see.
with the Griff and a Surge.
This does not just make the Shade ridiculously strong, though. I mean,
No,
yes,
it
you've
looks
got
really
Piggy
good, bro.
Bank, but there's
Really,
unbreakable
really good.
walls on this map that you can't break. And this is a very fast-paced map. It's gonna take ages for them to break open the entire map and deny that much value away. But perhaps maybe they believe the Surge is sufficient to check the Shade, and that's why they think it's good.
Yeah, so just a decent counter to Shade. I think Griff is quite clear there's a weakness in Talent Lab's draft. It is Shade and Nita get kind of countered by the same. It's either wall break or throwers to limit them and limit their space. I mean, there we go. Joker already finds his way onto his save.
Yeah.
Now with Nita pushed up, there's no way for them to really defend it. I mean, Lumi can be half decent into Kaze, but Kaze's got so much mobility. She can dash in and out of Ye's attacks. And Joker's just ran up the map, got the crack. It's just really easy for him so far. And with Piggy Bank as an option, he opts to break open the defensive moves for Talent.
Well, it's good. I did not expect the comp to work that well.
Go pretty weak. A great stun there from Ye. He's a bit of a Lumi
Oh,
specialist, and it's his
nice.
favorite brawler, but they just can't even break through.
It's just the bad that's honestly gotten past
Yeah,
the
help him.
yard line. Here,
Nice.
Totem's defense have just been absolutely stalwart up to this point, just winning all their matchups, really. So there's a little bit of damage
Sorry,
coming
guys.
in there from Sandfire, but just pay attention to that right lane. Ye is the one that has to break through. They really want this to be a consequential push, and Joker
Oh,
is on the job
unfortunate.
there. Ye finishes him off, though, and that's a really, really good comeback so far from Talent Lab, but they're still so far behind.
Mewtwo's worked his way to a hypercharge, but Maro's got his own.
Fair enough
He's
for
gonna
Ben.
completely delete Mewtwo. Just a few health points left, completely destroyed. Now Maro can easily get a crack onto the safe. Samfire uses Shade Super to then try and get a crack himself, but now it's a 3 versus 2 on defense. Needs a hypercharge. It's going to help them out. A hypercharge from Lumi as well. Great defense from Talent Labs so far. And they might actually get him the lead. They've left Maru behind, though. They're trying to pinch out Joker. This is a base race here, but Maru's still alive. Hypercharge popped. He's going to get 2 shots in at once. Sunfire still firing away at the save.
What?
But Talent Labs managed to
Damn.
survive. That was great defense. I don't know how they survived that, but like I said, Ye on that Lumi with the hypercharge cleared them all out.
That's the danger of the Lumi on the safe, and that is why this
It
brawler
is.
is so highly contested on pit stop. It does take a while to get on the safe, but Lumi has one of the fastest base race potential on this map, and that is what Talent Labs executed well. And kudos to them. They were behind by as high as 30% in the early game, and didn't really phase them in that effort. And knowing them going to this game, they're losing more lanes on the right again, but looks like their plan overall is coming together.
I think it's more of a slow burner, right? You'd think in some ways once Griff opens up the map, but with the Piggy Bank recently getting really heavily nerfed, like he's only really breaking a couple of 3 tiles of walls, I would really say, at a time.
Yeah, I don't
So
get why he
Sunfire
broke
needs to
only
slowly
one,
build up his super.
but,
It's going to be hard for him, right? He has no range, and up
Yeah.
against a Griff, but he's managing really well. There's
They're
3
all
ways
going
to
on
him
the
so far.
Shade. Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
Talent Labs are just like, okay, you can just go and do your business, Sunfire, like you did the last game, and we're just going to try and defend.
Yeah, the
Holy
hate for
shit.
Sandfire is real, but it is a lot of respect that's necessary. Good kill
Good.
there from Joke is going to just open the floodgates. So much damage coming in, but we've got a minor base race going on at Sandfire.
I mean,
Didn't manage to
they
slip
don't
on
really need to
the
defend
other
if they
side.
can,
It is
yeah.
Totem, though, that are leading
But now
the
they
charge.
should be
Now
fine.
2 shielding
Maybe
layers
not.
down for the moment, and Joker is still holding strong on the safe. Can't even slip
Yeah,
out.
Joker is
Couldn't
extremely good with
pursue
gas.
in time, gets the reset, and that's a big lead for Totem.
See whether Ye or Mewtwo can gain their hypercharges. This could be the key
What a
to success.
movement.
Sunfire
Wow.
immediately going to go for the save.
What
As he can
a
as a shade. It's
mobility.
easy access. He's going to get
If
another
it tried
crack.
to make any
Down
mess,
to
no.
Bear as well.
No.
Bear probably popped a little bit too soon, but it's going to tank a little bit. He didn't really have the time to follow up, but Ye cleans
Ooh,
up.
ooh, yeah, good,
Meanwhile,
good.
Maro pops his super without a hypercharge, manages to get the kill either way. Mewtwo is without a bear though. Totem should sense this. They need to go right now, but Ye is defending for his life. As well as Sunfire manages to get the kill onto Joker.
Oh, no.
And now Talent Lab's in a great position to win this one. Mewtwo is on the safe, but again without Bear, they're barely going to kill him.
Barely gonna kill him. Well said there, Spen. I mean, 17% left on Totem saves, 3
Oh,
on
come
Talent
on.
Labs, and only 20 seconds of time left. They must deal with 2 things at once. Has to stop Sandfire here. Can't get him across. The jump there from Maru pushes him across the wall. Can't get this last shot in. A little bit more
Nah.
damage trickles in. We've got
Too
9
late.
seconds left on the clock, but there's just no damage coming from Totem. A desperation attempt there from Joker. Jumps across the field there. Can't see match being won by
Unfortunate.
shielding level
Wow, that
from
was
Boost
close.
as well.
Holy.
And that's gonna be Talon Labs taking a set.
That's just insane. I mean, that came down to two things. It came down to Yeye on the Lumi. If you do your research, I know it's pretty hard with a play like this, but pro players will know this place inside out. They've played
2019,
against them in match
I think
arenas,
so.
qualifiers. They should know that this guy is a
Alright.
demon on Lumi, and as well for Sandfire. They just left him to his own
Which game is this?
devices in time.
Brawl
This time,
Stars.
again, they didn't have the
It's a mobile
appropriate
game.
counter to this Shade, and he could just get easy damage.
Would the kid have been better in the end? The one that we wanted to see, or even a Barry you mentioned too. I feel like Totem didn't really have anything to address Sandfire. It was close in the end, but Talent Lab with the better comp, they played it super well in the end. The double defense, Sandfire, do your thing, actually worked out.
Yeah, I was looking at Sunny, I was like, is she gonna mention the kid again? Are we gonna go back and basically dog a little bit on Totem's draft there? Because we all saw it, we all felt, okay, there's a few options here. Kid is decent because there's a, odd interaction, jump into the shade while he's inside the wall, jump on your teammates, do a whole bunch of damage. Thrower, as you said, is a common counter between that Nita and the shade. But looking at the stats, what I'm surprised at is that even leaving those two brawlers unaddressed, it was Yeye that stole the show.
Look at the damage to save though. Sandfire did more than entire roster.
Oh, that's
Totem
true.
Yeah,
did. That's
yeah, it was,
insane what he did on that shade. And not to take away from them either, but
No
I
damage on the
mentioned
save there.
earlier,
Like,
if I
I
ever
thought
play in
he
the monthly finals, I just gonna
did
come
more,
in for
but
esports comps and I can maybe win.
yeah. Sorry.
I mean, potentially.
Excuse
2
me.
out of 3, right? I mean, they didn't go for the kid. Maybe they didn't
Yeah.
feel
Knockout,
that they had, I
okay.
don't know, Nob's aura. But I think Nita Beth idea kind of baited Totem into this false sense of security, thinking to themselves, maybe we'll go kid, maybe we'll go this. You know what, we'll pick Griff and lose anyways. Well, they're going to have to leave it behind them in the past. We're headed over to out in the open. And whose map is this?
I think this is Totem's map.
Totem's map?
Totem's map.
So,
Because,
so they should win, right?
I mean, they should, but Totem, we saw
It
them.
is 1-1. It's not like they're down in
Yeah.
the dumps.
We saw this in the previous monthly final. They just love out in the open no matter what. And a lot of pros do love them. So again, they're copying.
Yeah, no, yeah, of course.
But I mean,
But- Well, their logo colors are half.
Because I didn't want to. And I'm not good at making stuff.
Reaching now. Naja is gonna
yeah.
get picked up as first pick once again, and I'm having flashbacks again. I'm just saying, it is a strat to just copy Foot Esports comps. Out in the open was played Foot versus Kumatsu. They had Naja, 8-Bit, and Mina. Let's see if those are gonna pop up here. We do have the same, those brawlers actually left open. Totem is making sure that they don't get the entire Foot comp. They pick 8-Bit themselves. Now, don't think necessarily it's a copy. They did play him almost the most in their scrims. They have an 88% win rate with it. So at this point, I kind of fear with them. I usually pair it with either a Bolt, a Squeak, or a Byron. And the Byron it is.
Byron's got some great synergy with 8-Bit. You set up that turret, you get even more healing. So Lou to answer to the 8-Bit. I mean, is Kit coming right now? Did you say Kit?
Yeah.
Kit. I mean, he can pair really well with Lou actually to confirm some damage. But now we need a bit of aggression. I mean, we've seen Leon, but that's banned out. But we need a bit of aggression here from Talent Labs. I'm thinking, I mean, Buster could be one against this 8-Bit if you all group up together. It's tough for Mina. Okay, Mina again, a foot brawl. Gone. That's 2 out of 3 again.
I mean, you asked for something aggressive, and conceptually it does work. And after looking at what Angel Boy did, I think you'd be pretty inspired yourself to go into it. But this is a much different environment, right, Sunny? I mean, it's not a Leon and a Pearl that you're really going into. It's an 8-Bit and a Byron. This is a much, I would think it's,
Yeah,
better-ish matchup for the Mina to get.
Yeah, I'm not really mad at all.
So even though they don't have, the entire Foot Esports format, this is pretty good. Yeah, but Mina,
So,
it's still big.
okay.
Is definitely gonna
Why
make
not?
Mina's life a little bit more difficult.
Meeple, the gadget is there to stop her. Rage Quit does the same thing. So whichever gadget that Meeple will pick, it's gonna be good into Mina. It's gonna have some stopping power. Both teams have a hard time to get into the mid though, especially the ape is super slow. We don't have wall break. That's going to be an interesting matchup where we really just need to hold on to those chokeholds on either side.
Interesting always to see an on the open comp that doesn't prioritize the tempo of getting into the mid. There's no wall break, there's no water walking. There is Amina though, so she will have instant priority, scout out the entirety of the team here. And Totem, on the other hand, eventually will get into it as well.
See, I like this from Talent Labs. They're not afraid to
Ooh.
be aggressive, but that extra credits was so close to punishing them early on. Niger, it's a good secret pick here. I didn't
Oh,
go
GG
into this
Colorful.
before traveling, thinking that Niger would get too many plays, but it seems this is the perfect map for her, as she can just pinch easily around the walls, and especially when you get pinned back into spawn, as you see right there, perfectly getting the shot onto Maru. But Mari has his super set up already. Mewtwo's going to focus onto the easier matchup for him. He's going to try and get some easy supercharge, because as the game starts to reach the latter stages, that loose super is going to be really critical for some control.
You're gonna have to try to deter Totem as long as possible. Sandfire going in for a really aggressive play, gets stunned there by the Rage Quit, and Joker comes
Well,
in with the heals,
you must be very
keeping
lucky.
Maru alive, and with the smoke closing in, it's an inevitable slow,
Nice.
not that slow, quite agonizing death though, nonetheless, for Talon Labs.
I thought that Talent Labs maybe in the early game could have a little bit of a better chance of winning there, but Sandfire's going to push open. Maru's going to get really weak. Now it's a chance for Talent Labs to gain some control. 8-bit turret's going to be put into a little bit of an aggressive position, but in a position where maybe Maru could have used a super in combination, opts to keep it. Joker's going to get pinched out here. He's just one tap away, 12 health. Maru's going to body block for him as well.
That was
Joker's going to
close.
repay the favor and heal him back up. But you can't just sense that there's a few glimpses where Totem could have probably died, but
For sure.
Talent Labs didn't capitalize on it.
Wow, that is why Joker is the GOAT. The absolute GOAT. He's going to be keeping Maru alive here yet again, just healing him up. He's so annoying on
Dodging is crazy from Totem.
Really shine here. Maru's going to be once again rage quit on the right.
Yeah, he's dead.
Maru though on the left, lasers down. Yeah, goes so aggressive. Get another one.
Amazing.
He wants a third. Not gonna get it. His fellow brother
Jeez.
kill steal from him. Take away that little bit of glory, but wow, Totem are really amping up the team play here.
That was just hilarious to see. He just throws the 8-bit hypercharge onto his face. He's like, okay, I'm going to shoot one way. My hypercharge turret's just going to pinch with me. You're doomed. You're absolutely cooked. Talent Labs do have a glimmer of hope. They won the previous set, and there's a few instances where they could have punished Totem, but this is the problem. When teams get to this position, I mean, they could punish here. Maru's really weak, and he's poisoned up.
Wow.
There we go. Finally, they capitalize on it. Good teams make you pay for those mistakes. Talent Labs are finally warming up here in this set.
Joker is not relenting though. 2 versus 3 right now. He's just going to be trying to get some supercharge here. It is tapping away here. He's actually healing up Maru still. There is a very small possibility that they could still clutch this one, but it's very, very slim. They're going to commit it though. Yeah, that's a sign. I mean, yeah, Sven, you're looking like, wow, they really, really want to either waste utility or they just believe that they can somehow diff this matchup.
They want this.
Yeah, this round is lost.
He would be able to get his turret back. He doesn't actually hit many shots there. If he would have connected, he would have got that turret back in the end. But again, Talent Labs should be in a situation here to capitalize. No 8-bit turret. It was wasted. A little bit too aggressive there from Totem. Maru's going to get caught into the loose super as well. He's going to go down.
Oh, that's not
Even
good.
Joker's heals can't keep him alive. And now we're in this situation again with Joker and Maru trying to make something happen with Sandfire lurking in with Mina. I mean, Maru, he's just a poor little 8-bit, right? What can he do without his super? And Talent Labs, there we go. So Totem really upped their game in the first game, right?
Damn, son.
As I said, Talent Labs, there was glimpses where they could have punished Totem. They're playing this so well. This is their first monthly final. I mean, Mewtwo's reached a few in the past, right? But as a roster, as 2 of these players, it's their first time, and they're performing so well.
We're so happy to see it. When rising talent performs to the level, let's see if they can bring this one home here. They are still 1-1, and it's just so important to take the lead in this series. Whoever goes to match point is under so much pressure. And wow, Totem just playing so hyper-aggressive here, just really playing with fire there. Joker just demonstrating the sheer mechanical difference that he has. He's so confident in walking up into these larger shots, into Mewtwo here, and at the same time, here try and keep his 8-bit alive.
He's going to go down through the poison. He was testing his luck a little bit there, but that was a 3-man pinch. They know they needed to get that kill down ASAP. Don't make Totem angry. They're going to be pinching you out like crazy. Mewtwo barely stays alive here. Yeah, all he can really do here is try and build up his super. He does just that. But what he can also do is build up this hypercharge. A Niger hypercharge going to potentially a third round would be devastating. Let's see if he can land any shots. Doesn't manage to do so just yet. Mewtwo as well. He knows that going in, it doesn't really matter. He can feed the enemy supers, right? But if he gets a hypercharge as well, it is game changer.
3 supers online, 1 committed there. The booster beacon is going to be thrown down, give so much move speed to the team. Maru is no longer a slow walking 8-bit, is a speed demon now, just chasing after Sandfire. Wanted to go for the pinch there with his extra credits. The Nata super is going to be nullified there by Jokers on his own. And looking at that left lane, Maru is just aggressed so forward, dodging out every single shot. Even
You can send it on the group if you want for fun. I don't mind.
So much pressure. Maru once more. Sandfire goes in. There's a hypercharge at the ready. This surely should be a kill.
They are cooked.
Mewtwo's the target. Pokes the ice block, but it's not gonna be enough.
No.
Sandfire
Oh,
comes
man.
out of the base. Tries to make
Yes. Nah. Yeah. Nice.
Joker will tap him up as well. And that's just one lonesome left.
Nice.
Maru giving credits, giving the chops there, shooting his teammates saying, well played, sir. Really well done.
He really put his team on his back there, to be fair. I mean, you said it perfectly. That was really good from Totem. Like I said, don't make them angry. They know that they're the better team.
They
just need
really angry.
They just need
They
to
look so angry.
They just took the entire map in control and just blew them out of the park. You really fought for just a split second there. Oh, can Talent Labs go 2-1 up here? No, Totem just ruined the storyline for everyone to root for the underdog.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
I think
insane.
you said it so well during the set.
Totem is
There are signs
so
of life
good.
from Talent Lab. It's really not that the comp is fundamentally broken. I think this is actually a very, very skill testing, very even set. We saw mistakes happen on both sides. You can see here, like Maru getting caught here, the whole team grouping together for the easiest loose super on the planet there, and getting, caught out multiple times there. But that, I think, is, also the signs of what makes a really, really confident and a good team. Totem play as a unit, punch as a unit, walk forward. You can tell that when someone dies, it's not because he was mispositioned. Maybe he trusted Joker, and a series of, it just takes so much bad events to happen back to back for this to go on. And yeah, Maru really put his team on his back.
I think we saw Mina here before on this map, and she had a lot of a better matchup than into a 8-bit and a meatball. That was really what shot Sandfire.
Ooh, layer cake is really
They
really skilled.
the map. They were pushed out.
That's
so
gonna be
often.
interesting.
Really well played here by Reply Totem. They're now 2-1 up. One more match away from the semi-finals. And as mentioned before, Talent Lab, they're out of postseason contention, but this is their first monthly final. They're still here to show what's in them. Layer Cake, a map we haven't seen yet today. Once again for Reply Totem, their most picked brawler is 8-bit, followed by Amina and Kids, interestingly enough. 2 brawlers that we've mentioned so often today already.
This is a pick from Talent Labs. They're going with another, we mentioned first
good.
time,
Yeah, good balance.
easy map. Pit stop, a map that's predominantly base race, right? Layer cake as well. You normally see the shades, and Talent Labs have done their research. They've took the 8-bit out of Totem's hands there.
8-bit. I don't know.
8-bit. The problem
I mean,
is
it's
Layer
always
Cake
strong,
is
but
good. 8-bit is good, but there's so many walls, right? Surely a throw is going to come into play here. I really like Berry into 8-bit.
I was just about to ask.
Berry?
Is
What?
8-bit early bad? Question.
I think it's fine. 8-bit pretty good, even if you don't have anything to break up in the map, but Talent Lab still has 2 picks to pick up something like a great later on. Now, if you manage to take down his turret every time he actually farmed it, that's why Spen pointed out that thrower. I think you can counter him, but even then 8-bit does a lot of damage. He's just slow.
I think with 8-bit, it's like a tough one, right? Like there are counters to him, but it's 8-bit with his new buffies. He just deals so much damage. He always has his turret available, even after a recent nerf, which nerfed his supercharge rate by about 20%, and that's not really touched 8-bit all that much. He still has his super. Like you noticed it so many times throughout the sets. He always has that available. And there we go.
Berry,
Berry
okay,
and
yeah.
Rico in combination. I love
I
this.
can-
Berry is
yeah.
just the spiciness.
I understand,
of the game, in
but
my opinion. A lot of teams love the
I can
Berry.
go like
And wow, I mean, this is a tough prospect to go up against if your Talent Labs. You could be something to go in.
Tick. If they go Tick, it's gonna be
against
hell of
Berry.
annoying.
But But the problem with Barley, both 8-bit and Barley suffered to like an
I'd actually see
Barley would have a good decent matchup here in Berry on the other side. Whenever Talent Lab actually decided to pair
Kenji.
8-bit, they paired it with a Berry, so both sides kind of picking the brawlers away, and Berry will fulfill what you and I set up already.
Is this really your best?
Oh yeah, Case. No, of course, Case, bruh.
Kaze
Look
coming
at
in
Case.
here, some aggression.
Oh, Kaze,
I
what am I
get
saying,
into
Case?
Berry, even better than
Kaze.
Barley,
Yeah, she's way better.
I mean, it's really just for the blue
And
star,
that,
right? Like, this feels very, very desperately like they just want to grab
that
the
map,
blue star, come back,
at
play
least.
from behind, turtle in the base like what 8-bits do. But, and also it's decent into the Barry. You always want to have an assassin to just pressure the Barry so he doesn't, you know, he can't just play in aggressive positions and opt to play by himself.
Huh?
And that's going to force this pull response there.
Yeah.
From Totem.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
That was a bit of a weird one. Like, I mean, it's gonna work into the Kaze, for example, but 8-bit counters out the Pearl. I think what they needed was a bit of health, so they've gone with the Pearl, right? So Berry gets more value, can farm more supers, but it's a tough one, right? Because Kaze, we've seen a synergy before, right? Kaze gets a blue star, 8-bit defensive combination. It can work out. But
like, how did they get into the base? How did they get the Talent Labs base here after Blue Star? That's the question on my mind.
you've got a Berry, you've got a Rico, the two brawlers that can get a lot
should
of...
be interesting.
Yeah, I think what a lot of players, do, which you see yesterday with Kaze, you get the blue star and then you just sit in. Still, if you get blue star, you've got to try and get some value, which Sunfire is doing perfectly well.
Whoa.
Right now, you need to still build up your super and apply pressure because Rico can just shoot round walls, right? Like he can just apply pressure himself. He's opting to use multiple walls this time around. I think that's going to be a good choice into
A lot of healing from
Berry.
Berry. It's really good.
Shooter Meeple's going down. They have a super to combine it with, but they don't want to overextend because Mewtwo is weak. Very, very clever play there.
Just buying time, honestly, at this point, they now have to wait for another Mansions of Meeple before they can opt to play aggressive. And this is the problem that I kind of feel with Totem's comp here. They will be just chasing Sandfire for the majority of the game, and the timings to play off is going to be on this Maru super.
Lots of pressure.
Committed together with the Mansions of Meeple, but zero connections. It's a golden opportunity now for Totem to potentially pressure into this base. Maru playing with fire here. Okay, Joker with a beautiful super. Almost getting down.
Ooh, nice.
Nobody dead. Thank you. Finally, Mewtwo goes down.
Mewtwo trying to buy a kill, but into a Berry that's consistently healing his teammates up. It's hard for a Meeple to do too much. He really lacks the damage in this situation. Sunfire trying to stop them from grouping up with that fan.
No worries, bro, man, no worries. Welcome back, Colorful.
No super to combine with
What up?
There's no super to take him down, but Maru again getting pretty weak. The pressure is great from Talent Labs so far, and with 20 seconds left, this is setting out to be a great finale.
It's a one-star differential. Mewtwo does have that open. You see a hypercharge Fanstorm going down there, obscures the vision. There's the super
Nah.
allows the penetrating shots, connects onto Maru, and oops.
Oh.
Guys, wave goodbye. We're going back to the base. There's no way you chase up to up, losers. You're gonna take the game a loss here. That will be Talent Labs.
Damn, why is it so...
It's just hilarious how fast 8-bit
I don't know, it's so closed.
That's the fastest he's ever ran. There was no one even on his tail. It was just clear daylight, perfect from Talent Labs. I don't know whether Totem pushed back too early there in that situation, but that's the power that Meeple can possess. Just being able to box and gain so much control. They used it so effectively. I mean, he was warming up to it, Mewtwo. He was landing the gadgets. And then finally, at the end, when it mattered most, he pulled it out of the bag. But I've got to give credit to Samfire there. He was chaining his supers so well. He knows as a Kaze, he can't really go in. They're all grouped.
Nah.
There. Joker tries to respond. He's pretty weak, though. It's going to be hard for Talent Labs to find the kill.
Oof.
Second as well. Maru's surely going to go down as well. No, manages to stay alive with the blue star intact.
Oh, rip shot.
It's
Oh,
a bit of
message.
damage limitation there.
Damage mitigation indeed. Worst start there from Totem. From now they are down by entire 3 stars. They still have the blue star though, so it's just a kill onto Yay or Mewtwo that they need. Sandfire's gonna be going out here on that right lane though, trying to get an aggressive play there onto Maru, but they are starting to get boxed in against Spen. I'm not feeling very good right now about Totem's chances. There's the super there from the Mewtwo.
Gosh.
So many shots poured in their order. They're just desperately trying to keep themselves alive. The Berry healing coming in. It's enough to keep 2 out of 3 of them alive. That could have ended so much worse for Totem.
I'm amazed how only one of them died there. That was insane. Joker
Wow.
throws out a super. Doesn't manage to connect, but now the Hyperdrive super coming in. All three of them are boxed in. And again, two of them managed to stay alive, but surely he's going to go down here.
Looks
Joker
awesome.
manages
Yeah,
to get
I know,
caught
right?
in that hypercharged super.
Griffin doesn't look so happy about it, but honestly, he looks so accurate. It looks so good.
Together, the Fanstorm is making them split up. Now Totem have 15 seconds to respond.
Mansions of Meepo blocks out the mid. There's only one pathway into the base for Totem. Only one way left for them to secure this. They have to get a team wipe here. Only 5 seconds left. They get one. You've got another Ori leaving the base mathematically. Totem.
Ah, so unfortunate. No way. God damn.
An amazing execution by Talonlab.
Oh, savage.
Set 5. Who would
Be
have
back in a sec,
predicted
guys.
this? It's not the biggest mismatch in the world, but in terms of positions on the leaderboards, it kind of is. I mean, Talent Labs are really giving it to Totem right now, and that's the thing, right? Like, Totem, they don't have much to play for at this point of time. Talent Labs, they don't really have anything to play for either, but they've got a lot to prove, and they're really making a good case for their postseason here.
I'm getting chills. I got chills watching the synergy between the team. Yeah, this exactly that box. Oh, I had goosebumps and Totem. Somehow they didn't get completely team wiped there. I mean, surely that was, you know, wow. I mean, that's a tier 1 team for me right there.
Spen, you're asking who would have predicted this. Keep in mind, the viewers out there said it's a 49 to 51% matchup, and they were actually right. I was hoping we get to see a 3-2 today. I might have not expected this one to go that far, but I'm happy regardless. Talent Lab, they played phenomenal. That meeple play from U2 held onto a super also in that first round, just waiting for the perfect moment to use it, and turns around the game twice there, that hypercharge as well. I think that deserves a red button press. So if you're on the event website right now, event.brawlstars.com, head over there now. You get 200 extra points, and I'm gonna give the honor to our guest here.
Without further ado,
doing the points for you out there, Talent Lab. You gave points to the viewers. We're heading into set 5 now. It's exciting. Dueling Beetles is going to be the last map we get to see from Talent Lab versus Reply Totem, no matter what happens next. Another map where you can play Barry, I think. Another map where you could see some 8-bit even. A map with a lot of walls to place turrets behind. Stu also comes in handy for those exact reasons. We saw some Hot Zone today already. Very different maps though. Griff was always the first pick. Let's see if he comes out again.
Oh, have a refund!
there we go. I was just
You're
about,
so smart, son. You're so
just
smart.
about to, I mean, hats off.
Yeah,
Griff,
no ball, you know?
yeah, you
Nope.
know,
No ball.
So
No Hot Zone.
Dueling Beetles is an interesting one, right? Like, for me, it reminds me a lot like Open Business, and now you need something that's going to counteract this. I mean, Stu normally is a great counter. Meeple can sometimes work into the Griff as well. Lou is not banned out. Lou should be picked up surely. Okay, there goes the Meeple. Can I do the same as Sunny here? I'm going to predict a Lou. There we go. I one-upped. I one-upped. I got 2. Now, Wiggly,
Spoos your try.
your turn.
They're gonna go Shelly. Yeah, that's how you know.
You have to actually try.
I have to actually try. All right. I'm gonna dig deep. I'm gonna use my brain here. I'm looking at the Talent Labs comp damage department, not looking too good here. I'm feeling some Damians in the air. I think Joker did have an amazing performance there in Brawl Ball. Still could opt to go for it here. But Sunny is pointing out to me that Sirius is still open, so maybe that's a terrible idea from the side of Totem. Nah, they're gonna go for Finks instead. Opt to just lean back into that wall break comp. But this is very familiar to something we saw Kuma try to do earlier. It was an Edgar that was a last pick then, and it didn't really work out for them.
We saw so many great comps yesterday. I kind of have PTSD from that too. Not going to be picked here in this one, but you can be sure you're going to see it later, especially paired with the ends that it is, of course, banned out in this one. A wide open map here for the side of Totem. I'd almost double down on wall break, but there's not a lot left open. Stu is banned out. There's the series that I pointed out to Spoo
You
earlier.
should block the Damien then.
Yes, and he's also not too bad into Meeple and Lou, in my opinion. Whoever you can farm up supers easily, and whoever's shadows are going to be the strongest. Meeple shadows are so strong because they have sort of an auto aim, right? So it makes a lot of sense to play.
Alright, I'm back, guys.
For like trying to counter this. Maybe like a Penny, a Barley.
Hmm.
Yeah, a Barley is a great answer.
Did you?
I was wondering on the side of
Well,
like they've
it
got
looks
to
really good,
go
bro.
something maybe a little bit aggressive because you've got this thrower pick looming, especially with Barley receiving those balance chains about a month ago. He's used as a counter pick nowadays, not actually like the best
Interesting
but
draft.
this is a good matchup for them. So now it all goes down to this. Can Talent Labs probably perform the biggest upset so far this year, especially in EMEA, I would presume, surely, right?
Well, the bigger one was when Humble lost 0-3. I'm gonna always point that out. But this one, though, is a big sign for the 2027 season for sure. Talent Labs, as we've already mentioned, don't really have a postseason to play for. Totem, though, they're locked in for Worlds, but Pride and Ego are still on the line here. They are on the ropes here, going up against this monstrous Barley last pick, and the Lou Super already going down here, isolating that right side of the map. It's a decent start there for Talent Labs.
Murray needs to keep this position ASAP. He's got great control over Talent Labs, but the percentage is definitely in Talent Labs' favor. Joker's going to apply a lot of pressure. Sunfire's going to find the kill. He is pretty weak here. Maru should find the kill. Maru as well onto the zone, doing a great job overall. Mewtwo is pushed up, but as a Barley, that's probably a bit advantageous there. He's going to get pinched out pretty easily. Yeah, just needs to heal up. They need to regroup together. Mansions and Meeple combined with a Barley Super. Maori just barely staying alive. He is going to get pinched down by Mewtwo himself with his own Super. Joker's going to teleport backwards. That's a great teleport so far. And Totem are just doing great percentage-wise here as the loose Super comes in as a bit of a reply there from Talent Labs.
Totem's solution to any problem, just raw aggression from their side. Joker, though, will be boxed in there, and the combo there from the Meeple should be able to finish one off. No, Maru's going to be able to break his teammate out there. It was a great hits-up play for him to keep Joker alive. Percentage, though, is telling a different story. Talent Labs are slowly counting back up, and here are the supers from both sides. Last call is committed, so is the time zone from Joker, but that's such a desperate push there from Totem. Talent Labs will now just so easily claw their way back into the mid.
Hypercharge Super, both from Mewtwo and Sunfire. This could mean so much danger for Totem. Great box out there. Surely we've got to confirm the kill onto one of these guys, and they'll confirm this game. Surely Hypercharge Super used by Mewtwo. Get the kill onto Joker here. They're going to do just that with a Hypercharge, and now with 12% left, there's surely no time, no resources left for Totem, and now Talent Labs are just one game away from doing near enough the impossible. As a team, as a unit, I was reading the pro Discord, and a lot of them were saying, no chance for this team, right?
Damn.
I was even saying, there is a chance.
I wouldn't have never thought that they could win this.
It's looking here, at least in this final set, the Talent Lab, they've got a pretty unbreakable comp there. I mean, the margin of error is so small for Totem, right? Like, if there's a single team wipe that happens, you just get boxed in the base so easily by this Barley, by this Meeple, by the loose supers. And I think Totem, I mean, they've really got to dig deep here. They've got to find a way, mechanically, team play-wise, to pull it together here. It's going to start from Mari playing hyper-aggressive as always. Not getting punished just yet. Solo, and it's a really, really nice early start there for Totem at least.
There's just two ways to gain back control here. Actually, three ways from Talent Labs. You've got the box, you've got the loose super, and you've got the flush out from the Barley super as well. Moro's going to get a little bit of control there. Throw out his super, but it's Griff. Griff really lacks the damage at range now since that spread nerf. And you even saw there before, great flush out from Mewtwo there, that he couldn't even break out Joker in the previous game, because now with the nerfs to Piggy Bank, it's just so hard to break open the map. Piggy Bank's going to be thrown forward though, and this is looking like disaster for Totem. Talent Labs just look so in control right now.
It's just entry hazard after entry hazard there for Talent Labs. I mean, you've got so much to get through. This ice ring puddles. Joker, he's got godlike mechanics, but really going into all of these different hazards inside the mid. Yeah, every time,
I don't see how they could honestly win this.
There's puddles. He's even going to pop this ice ring out there. Could he catch him in the back? He does! That's going to be Maru potentially going down. But no, don't even need to aggress forward. Just play the point. Only 20% left. And Totem, they're just
That's
on
mad.
the box now.
They need a miracle right now. Maru's trying to work his magic. He's going to get pinched down pretty low. Totem now on the aggressive. Loose Super's going to stop any aggression.
Yeah, but they got a thrower.
1 minute left on the clock.
They got a Meeple and
That is Joker down.
yeah.
Mewtwo's thrown out the hypercharge, and now Talent Labs surely are going to be
Yeah.
confirming the win. Everyone is
GG's,
down from
GG's.
Totem. Oh my god, how have they beat Totem? Totem, oh, Mewtwo with the crying as well. I mean, fair play, man, fair play. That's gotta be...
What do you mean
that's
fair play?
just-
No, that's not
no
fair.
words. I don't want to say embarrassing, but you've got
No.
to be so angry if you're Totem, right? You turn a new corner, you look so good, reaching a grand final, reaching a semi-final as
That's
well.
not fair
And now
play. I'm
it's-
sorry. No.
They just turn off all the cameras. They've had enough. They must have seen the crying.
Oh no, and Mewtwo's going on a celebratory journey. He's just walking around his house, thumbs up, crying emoji. Alright, bruh, I mean, there's a limit before this starts to feel like just stepping on them. Oh wow, I mean, yeah, and Sandfire, let's give kudos to
Yeah,
them as well.
I agree, there's a
Once
limit.
again that this is a team that had their roster kind of, you know, last minute change. You know, they lost Adachi, Mewtwo had to sub in. We were thinking, there's no way this happens, and it did.
The teams that are chasing the world final spot from Noble right now are Heretics, Navi, Kumala Sylvester, and Big. Now imagine how funny it would be if in the end those teams drop out and the team like Talent Lab moves all the way. There's nothing on the line, just playing for fun and for showing us what they actually have in them for the first time ever in a monthly final, and they beat the
And
number
no, it was
3
Michi.
seed of EMEA. That's absolutely insane. Once again, the
Damn.
stands out as
Alright.
the best pick
Well,
or
it
semi-final
wasn't my
of the best team. I don't know
favorite
what it
team
is.
at least,
6
but
kills on him.
I still wanted them
Really
to
well
win.
played by Talent Lab. You can be so proud of yourselves. I am proud of you guys. I'm sad for Totem, but hey, nothing is gonna change in the standings anyways, right? It's fine. We want this for some good storylines. Are they gonna beat Foot? What do you think?
Possibly. They will be drafting from the same pool, right? That's basically Talent Labs, you know, the first half of the series. They were
Humble.
just like, yeah,
Yes,
just copy
my
everything
favorite
that
team,
Talent Labs are doing.
Humble. They
And then the second
gotta
half, they were
win.
like, wait, we're really good at this meeple
8
thing.
minutes.
And Talent
Oh,
Labs
8
seem to be
minutes.
so confused and so lost. They don't know what to do against that, and it worked out.
We got Ark back on the desk. All 4 of us said Totem is gonna take this one. 49% of the viewers out there actually voted for Talent Lab, so they get some juicy points now to get the rewards.
Well, I think Totem should have beat them. It's as simple as that. No, not too sure why it went so wrong for them here today. They were looking pretty good. I mean, the qualifiers weren't the cleanest, but they were still looking so much better as a squad, showing real growth throughout this summer split. When you compare to the performance in the previous split, it was quite disastrous. So, I mean, going ahead now, they're going to have to work on some things.
You can still also get some tickets for Tokyo if you want to watch these teams battle it out live in Tokyo for the World Finals. Get your tickets now. You just saw the little QR code up there, and you can also find it in the pinned tweet and in the pinned social media posts all over the Brawl Esports social media accounts. Now, 2 quarterfinals down. We still have 2 more to go. After that, 3 more semifinals, grand finals. We have so many bangers for you today. Make sure to stay tuned here. Humble versus Big is our next match. This one, another one where we have a team that could lock in LCQ today if they make it.
Hopefully
through
Humble
semis,
can make
they are
it.
guaranteed.
I just want
Or
them to
even
do it.
Worlds if they win
And actually, it will be the last
has
team I'm gonna
to
watch
make a
on
leap today
stream
to
because the
actually
other
lock
teams
in.
I'm not really
Either
into
of
them.
those 2 possibilities.
Let me check.
And unfortunately for them,
Navi,
to do that,
no,
they
not
need to
really.
first
I mean,
make it to
Navi,
the quarterfinals
Heretics could
against
be
the
interesting,
number 2 seed in
but
EMEA.
I
Season
will
gatekeepers
not
is what
watch
I
that.
call Humble in this position.
No.
They could really, for the memes, and
Not
for the
on
plot,
stream,
just,
anyways.
make Big's life easier.
They'll
and
set
just,
for
you know,
reply
give them a
totem,
free pass. But
but
nah, they're not doing that.
yeah, that's what
Now
it is.
that FA Kuma are out, Big most certainly can just, you know, surge into that lead and start overtaking them. And with Navi and Heretics meeting later in the bracket, as you mentioned, if they make it to the semi,
Poor guys facing Humble the first time.
And that is a massive amount of motivation for Big to play for here.
For me, Humble, you know, have shown signs in the past, going back to the April monthly finals, where they can slip in monthly finals against Kumala Wester, and that was a clean sweep against them. Their quarterfinals exit that they were so notorious going into the Brawl Cup with on their record. At the same time, which they actually went to double match point with in their qualifiers this month. For Big, I've got some reservations. I just think that doing roster changes this late in the season, going into your last monthly final when they were looking really, really good for me, honestly. They were showing real signs of growth and even beat FUT Esports in the July qualifiers. So I don't know. I'm hoping for them to do a really deep run here today. But they're taking a big risk. They're looking to double down effectively to have the challengers opportunity by bringing Arthur there, swapping with Salty. I think it makes some sense, but it's a huge risk.
Big, actually, the winners of the EMEA, of the Challengers Finals, so they have a different approach. And they made a strategic decision to split the roster into a BSC team and a Challenger team. So going forward, Big will compete with 2 rosters, competing with the Brawl Stars Championship, it's just called Big, and then Big Challengers competing in the Challengers circuit. So they still have players they sent to Istanbul, and they now bring in Day Day to complete that roster with Salty and Melee to compete today. As mentioned already, they need to actually make it to semis and win it to really have that LCQ slot locked in. For Worlds, they just need to win it all. It's actually crazy how if you win this monthly final, it's their only monthly final win, and they would still lock in Worlds. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Humble to
But
thank for that. EMEA has how
yeah.
many slots on the planet? 6 slots for the postseason, 4 for Worlds. Otherwise, this wouldn't even be a conversation, really. I mean, but this is the strongest and the most competitive region for a reason. Every single team that has made it to either
really
a first or second finish in a monthly final is still in contention, and it's no different here. If Big win it all, they really could make headline news here, going to Worlds at the last second.
It could happen. I'm not sure whether it will, but I hope to see some really interesting storylines develop this monthly final, because this region, honestly, as we saw in the previous match, you never really fully know how it's going to go down. We've got our map draft coming in. Big could be going with Gold Arm Gulch first, could be Canyon then for Humble, Ring of Fire for Big, Pinhole Punt then for Humble coming forward. So, I mean, one thing's for sure is that Big have got a really nasty opposition. Humble have locked in their number 2 seed. That will not change going into the World Finals. And like you said, Spoo, there's no way that Humble are going to be giving this to them on the platter.
Again, it would be somewhat ironic if Talent Lab is the only team from these that actually moves out of the quarterfinals. FUT Esports, Reply Totem and Humble, they've locked in their seed. Nothing can change anymore. Even if Humble wins it all today, FUT is still going to stay number 1 seed. For Big and Kuma, this means everything right now. Kuma is already out of contention. Big has to win this one. It means so much to them. The motivation is certainly there. Gold bands coming in now.
Yeah.
Band up
Yeah,
on the
good
side
bands.
of Humble, Crow and Lumi from the side of Big. And I think you noticed something. Gold left open, Starnova left open. Very targeted bans, but all of these big bad new brawlers still in the race.
I'm quite scared now for Humble. I don't know if this is cooking a little bit too hot. This is really reminiscent.
Why is this guy
of
looking
Brawl.
deep into my
Every single
soul?
time a new meta comes in, a new patch comes out, and Humble are thinking to themselves, yeah, we're pretty comfortable about it. We're just a better team. We can get away with allowing these things to slip through. And on the other hand, the underdog, I mean, always, every single time, the way that I've seen underdogs win is not necessarily by overpowering your opposition through sheer team play or mechanics alone. It's really a lot about the draft. That's what I think I saw in Talent Labs in the last 3 sets. And here in Big, I think that's going to be their greatest weapon against Humble. But nah, the Humble army is pretty big.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when, you're the number 2 seed going into the World Finals, 2024 World Champions, runners-up in 2025. I don't think it's
2024.
crazy to see these numbers stacking on the side of Humble.
It was so
Considering what
long
Big
ago, but
have to do
still.
here, I don't
Seems like it was
necessarily mind
yesterday.
It's not necessarily like
It's
what I
crazy.
want to see. I want to see be a bit more 70-30 at the least, right? That's kind of being, I think,
Write it
fair in
out.
this
Yep.
situation, 'cause
Tell
Big
me, bro.
can do this. It's just that they got a lot of stacked things against them.
What is it?
Humble has a huge chance today, anyways, because in the last 2 monthly finals of this split, they always faced FUT Esports in the semis already. Now, finally, they're on opposite sides of the bracket, and Humble can make it to the grand finals before facing FUT Esports. Let's see if they make it that far. We're heading into our first map.
Let's go knockouts. Always an interesting map.
Humble versus Big. Big with a new
Gotcha.
player
Amazing.
Let's see how Dede is gonna do in this roster now.
Nacha is always the first
With the
pick
first pick here,
in
Humble
knockout
and
for
Outgrade
everyone.
Tiger and
That's crazy.
Max. Naja is gonna be the first pick here. A brawler we have seen quite often today, way more often than in East Asia, and always on
Tick.
knockout. Tick coming here on the right hand side. Great pick usually. We didn't see it in quite some time, and obviously you can still break open the
Charlie.
map pretty quickly with a cold left open. Pearl's still an option here. Bolt is left open.
Bolt?
I'm scared.
Why would you go
There's a
Bolt?
Charlie
Yeah, there's a
to deal
Charlie.
with This. I want to believe that Humble will not roll into this trap. I think
For
it is
real.
a trap that is set up there by Big. Tempt them with the ball and maybe come in with
No
the
way
splash
they
attack,
do
you know,
Bolt,
last pick here
man.
to deal
No
with
way.
it. Tick though, super old school. I mean, I wish Spen was here so that we could talk about how old this
Could even go
is
with
as a
yeah,
man.
Pearl is
It
good.
still does work, but
Want that
in
and
the
ultimate.
modern
Looks
day,
like
so much wall break, so much wall peek in the from
Moon
the
and
Naja.
Moon.
This Pearl coming in is a
What?
great first
What do you mean,
option
bro?
for them, and even with Ruffs and Brock banned out, there is still
Looks
the
like
option of
what?
Colt and Griff on the planet if they want to really
Or
commit
who?
to
I don't know.
sweeping up the map.
Got to be a Gene here for me, I think. That would be a nice way to round this off, to allow the Pearl and the Gene to get that poke damage, sit back, allow the Naja to try to connect those...
Maybe a Rico,
at
honestly.
range. I don't feel the
No,
Bolt.
no.
It's an option. Like I said, I feel that Charlie is always that deterrent, and
Shadow?
very similar to Gene in
Ah.
could be a brawler which actually now
Yeah.
sit on the side of Big.
Interesting.
Honestly, I'm not a fan of Tick. It's a brawler that in knockout just cannot survive those later interactions in the
I mean, looks like.
eventuality that you're outnumbered.
Oh. Okay.
Let's see if
I don't-
they're
I don't
gonna
think so,
roll into
but
the
okay.
Bolt's pick now as last
He's
pick
looks similar.
is
Yeah,
very
yeah, I understand.
strong.
But
Not the best on knockout.
I don't know.
But could still work out here into the Jaeyoung and Naja at least.
I don't think they
Last
do.
pick here for the side of Big. Already have the Charlie to deal with anything aggressive. Have the Tick that
Hey,
is good to just
Dad.
make sure you have some room to play
Yeah.
around.
Well,
AD
yeah, it's
coming
not
in
too
now
bad.
also needs walls. They just need to make sure that Pearl doesn't farm super too quickly.
Sorry, guys, I'm
Happen. I actually
honestly
believe
exhausted.
both of these two drafts are very viable.
Somehow Big have 2-3 picked the Tick and allowed it to not get it completely hard counted here. It looks like Humble here are playing a little bit more modern theory here, but that could be their demise, in my opinion, at the very least. This Big roster, 2 anti-tanks covering the Tick, very classic kind of control matchup, and they've got all to play for here. LCQ Dreams, World's Dreams, still alive, and it begins here in Goldam Gulch.
Okay, well, early scouting on that far right-hand side from Big, and both sides more or less dedicating their time.
So.
Semantic forced back now as the range of Salty does get
Yes,
taps.
sir.
Don't want to overextend here. Allow Lukey to try to get some of his corner shots working more in his favor. As time goes on, I feel like it does tend to favor Humble in that regard, as the Pearl's going to be much more punishable in those later stages. Melee, got to be a bit cautious here, healing up accordingly. Semantic now in a position that he wants to be in, up against that wall and just keeping the pressure on.
Naja just feels like a better version of the Tick in every regard. There, you know, allow the wall peek over there, the constant aggression that's coming in there. Dede on the other end on this Tick, he's got this ticket online. He's got no issues charging up that super, but he will have problems confirming kills by himself here. He's gonna throw the head down there just for some little bit of pressure. Allow for Salty to come in there with extra credits,
Yeah.
but not connecting
Good.
on to
Nice.
anything. The entire
Let's go.
Humble just strut forward with confidence and
One more
fall
time.
Big in half.
Confident opening. The Humble boss still lurking his right-hand side. Still staying within the bush, but now has been spotted. Again, Luki can just sit back. He does not want to get to a position where he can be the first to fall on the side of Humble. Now the damage booster goes down, and Humble's really cautious here. Semantic is taking a lot of damage there from Melee. Now going to come back, heal up, and recollect with his squad.
Very disciplined there from Humble.
What do you think? Who's going to win?
Gamble play there.
I believe Humble. So the blue team is going to win. And 96% of people actually think so. So hopefully, that's my favorite team since I started watching esports.
Charge out for Dede.
So yeah,
Now, Tick head as well, which is going to get distracted immediately by those danger noodles, and that's a really bad
that was
outcome for him.
close,
He wants to
but
be aggressive, gets a
yeah,
nice
made
little
it.
tap down to Lukey.
Nice.
Alive and might even come out on top. The
Okay.
trade is going to be enough. In
They
a
won.
2v1,
Nice.
Humble will still secure it and claim the first
And
game.
once more.
So clean there from Humble. Luki's so locked in here on this Naja. This is really showing modern Brawl Stars is a very, very different place. You really just can't get away with picking things like Tick in the first phase and, you know, not expect it to get maximum value.
But yeah, like
here.
honestly, why did they pick Tick first pick? I really don't get it. I've never seen that.
To secure any kills.
Big are getting some good control, it must be said, some value of the Tick, but again,
Sorry.
if those Tick heads are going to be distracted, it's not really going to do much, and it's very
Nice.
easily defendable here. From
Okay,
Humble.
Charlie. Oh.
Mighty push here from
What?
Humble, so
Nah.
now in a really big area.
Nah.
It has been traded to a really
Oh,
big
they got
spot for
too
Big.
confident.
I mean, Humble should really have done better there. I mean, there was so many one-shot players that they could have really capitalized down on, but
Oh
it's
no.
actually Big that came out on the numbers side. That was
Yeah.
really not what I expected.
There was a
They just
mechanical
got too
gamble there made
confident.
by Humble that the whole team made the call, run it in there, try to pick them off, but Melee did
At least
they were out in the open.
she got.
Started to cover
I mean,
just
he
a
got
bit of
super.
time there. Salty though, he was the
But,
lonesome target there, but he actually out DPS'd Boss. Getting that early trade there. It's an uncharacteristic mistake there from Humble. In theory, the play was fine. Just the
Okay, nice.
execution wasn't
They know they all have.
up to
So.
Okay, well, the chance to reset now.
Oh,
It's one round to Big.
nice.
They could turn this into a potential game here. Cocoon
Yep.
is available, but it's missed. Oh, actually does connect.
Shit.
I stand corrected. Boss gets some taps to get some
Whoa.
Just about survived.
That was hella
Now from
close.
there, the Weekend Warrior, Semantic just about gets away with murder there. And they get
Put a
the
meme as a
time. It's
short.
3 versus 3.
It
And
got
now Big
260
are
in
up
10
against
minutes.
Humble.
Damn, bro, that's really good, honestly.
That is
Whoa.
so lucky there from Semantic as well. A little bit of a misplay there from
It is
David.
really,
Should
really
have
good.
100% been able to confirm that kill there. That's why he's running for the smoke here. Not in shame, but just tactically, you know, not allowing any more supercharge.
Ah.
Given there over to Humble.
He still
You
gave
have
a little
one
tap,
line there
but
from,
yeah,
Day
whatever.
Day. That's going to be a massive
They gonna do the
console,
same?
and left and right
Oh.
has been chosen. It's going to be the left there from the side of Big, opting to play on the more aggressive lane
Oh.
here.
Yeah.
Scouting things out earlier, they haven't found Semantic just yet, but that's going to yield this right lane to Luki, who's just, you know, providing so much pressure there.
Big being clustered worries me slightly here. Not a massive connection there for Semantic, but the second follow-up
Oh, no,
is
no, no, no.
Salty gonna put down there. Hypercharge and the damage booster, which again is going to mean that Humble cannot push really into that top left corner as easily as they would like. Really just waiting on Luki, ready to try and whistle it down. He's getting some good taps now. Salty coming
Let's
in.
go, bro.
Poison should
That's
stick
really
around.
good,
That's
honestly.
a good outcome for Humble realistically here. And now with 2 members,
Really,
this
really
could
good.
be a chance to go.
Uppercharge online for Melee as well. Use it aggressively, run it down, get that slow on line. The target most likely has to be Luki here. He's the most vulnerable there on the team. The Danger Noodles will.
What is the shot about?
There's the hypercharge pop there, both by Day Day and by Melee. One on the top and one on the bottom. Semantic is getting low. You're getting
Oh,
down at the
yes.
boss.
Okay.
Finds the kill there onto Melee.
Okay,
Semantic
yep.
sacrifices
Nice.
himself, gets
Jeez.
the trade there onto Salty, and okay,
Gee,
what
jeez.
you gonna do in this
Let's
situation?
go.
That's right.
2 more game
Nothing.
outs.
Humble to take the first set.
Humble's on top.
There's nothing I love more than watching a Tick defy the odds, but it's just not likely to happen. It's kind of one of the reasons why we see a lot of pros kind of deviating away from it, but it got some good early control. But for me, where Big were not really that fantastic was kind of securing those early kills, kind of making themselves have that advantage point to then get even more value of that Tick pick. I think for me, Humble, despite dropping a round here and there, they looked pretty much in control, and a comp that was a bit more controllable as well. Like whenever I see an Naja, it tells me, we see that a lot with Foot as well, it's teams that really can just know the effectiveness of sitting back, taking their time with things and not having to really overly worry because they just got each other to fall back on.
That
Just
gadget
really
was
kind of
really,
that
really
shit
well.
really play so far.
Feels like power creep to me as well. Naja,
well
similar to Tick,
timed.
inevitably you will get some kind of spawnable super in the head of the ticket. I mean, it's one head that can't really do that much. And, you know, Luki, he showed it off here. He's got the highest DPS on this map. He was tapping away, just really showing that Humble's got a guestie of their own in the form of this young prodigy. He is a world champion after all, and respect has to be given to him. And that is something that I think Big, you know, this is a comp that could work against lesser teams in my opinion.
Nice one,
Team
bro.
play is not stellar.
Nice
If
one,
you
bro.
don't understand the win condition, I think if Big was allowed to play for the end game, for example, without any aggression from Humble to compensate for that, that could have been a set for them. But no, Humble, they know exactly how to dismantle this kinds of comps. That's the experience that they bring to this table.
Okay, well, Heist and Kaboom Canyon up next. A chance for Big to be able to turn things back in their favor, looking for a lot of these long-ranged sharpshooters to be highly considered when it comes to these bans, but also some aggressors. Definitely up for debate as to whether Ali's in a good spot for this map, but it is one that does escape through sometimes for Humble. I prefer things like Colt. I want to see that one heavily banned. I think Glowy as well can definitely get some good value on this map, but Kaze it's my kind of like #1 ban when it comes to Heist, because if you're able to keep that mid control, allow the Kaze to pick off, and it is banned out by Big, so I'm glad to see that. Pierce, 8-bit as well, Brock, and Star Nova. I don't think it's a bolt map, but it is quite open. I don't think it's going to do too much except distract, which is what it's designed to do. Griff first pick Big coming forwards. Does leave open potentially even a Finks to come in from Humble. Let's see what they do.
Very highly contested. Things will most likely be picked up there by Humble. What I'm thinking to myself is that the Monkey and the Edgars and the Chuck are all left open. When Kaze is banned out, that's going to be the next thing on your mind in these heist maps. But Kaboom Canyon is special in that regard. It is the most open of the heist maps presently in the game, and you can get away with leaving those brawlers open because it's just up to the mechanics of the players. We're gonna get a signature Angelo pick coming out there from Humble. That is Lukey's specialty, and usually
Angelo's good.
with the Brock, but it is
Way better than Griff, I believe.
I think I go for something like a Colt as well.
Whenever the Pierce is banned, Lukey's always looking for the next sharpshooter down, isn't he? Let's be honest. And it's quite a targeted one there on the side of Big. I like the way that Lola's coming forwards a little bit more now with Kaboom Canyon as well, as being a bit more viable than she ever kind of used to be on this particular map. Again, looking to see, okay, Otis is definitely telling me a defensive measure, which I quite like here for Humble to have at this stage of the draft. You know, when we kind of see like Chucks or like kind of Melodies coming forwards, having that mute, it's so essential to have. Or Eggo, which is definitely a big threat, like you say, on this particular map here. Would like to see Max come forwards. We've not really seen EMEA kind of take a leaf out of the East Asia meta when it comes to Heist and that particular brawler.
I don't know.
I really love it. I think the Sneaky Sneakers gadget can really elevate that particular brawler and get you so much value and pressure specifically. I think here as well, the Meg Global ban definitely going to play a role. And then Glowy as well, yeah, which is a bit worrying, honestly, because it means mid-control is what Big are trying to achieve here.
I think the Max is the pairing for sure. I mean, you called it out there. Max is a fantastic shout, and Glowy is probably one of the best pairings. I mean, they could still pair it with the Colt. That's the other partner for Glowy that works really, really well. You can opt to take the Speed Loader instead and just run it down, try and get so much damage on the safe. It covers a lot of bases, but it does leave some weaknesses, and there's the Max. Yep,
yeah, that's the Max, but
there for Kaboom Canyon, and you know, I think the coverage on their side is just excellent.
They could try Meg. I know Meg is banned.
Inside, you know, their bank. With no Crow there to select, they maybe really might be forced to pick up that Lola, as you said.
Lola, could work.
It's really hard to play into if you
Lola or even Colt, actually. I don't know. Sorry.
So with even more additional range, Andrew's,
yeah,
exactly. Andrew's going to be good as well for getting that big heavy amount.
Yeah, I think she's better because she has more.
This level of play with like, you know, players like Lukey who
I mean, her attack is bigger,
more often than not, those shots
so it makes sense.
And it just means that Lola can then kind of pick up the scraps off the back of those things, and it just means that with the even with the max speed, you know, you're still
it's going to be really interesting though.
Ego, and that's never going to be ending necessarily too well for you. Both sides of these comps, I do quite like though. There's not anything that really upsets me on either side.
Love to see it. Love to see a bit of the old, a bit of the new, clash it out. Let's find out, though, to see if Humble are on their way to a 2-0 or will Big be able to tie up this series. Lukey slides into the mid there while Melee breaks up the wall. Both teams have their own ways for contesting that mid control, but Humble, they're the ones most certainly tapping up a lot more here. You can see a big push there from Salty inside the mid, and this is the strength of the Glowy, just being able to force their way to the mid, but a nice nice to be Humble that draws on the safe.
It's exactly what I wanted to see from Lukey, because when the max speed comes in, it makes it much harder to land these arrows. He's still doing that regardless, so love that from Lukey again. They're really depending
Glowy hypercharge already there.
Support for Semantic. Everyone
Okay.
Humble stays standing despite just a little shred of damage from Big. Salty staying alive as well. Really nicely done.
Oh, damn.
Damn! That's fantastic. That's
okay, nice. Gotta go, take care, guys. No worries, colorful. Sorry that the stream was a bit different today. Hope it wasn't too boring for you guys. Appreciate you coming in, as always, and You
this
two take
guy's
that as
absolutely
well.
jamming. He hasn't missed, most of his shots here. Boss is going to hypercharge. He's going to be pouring in damage on the save, but a total base race has emerged here. We got hypercharges coming out here from the side of Salty, catching out Lukey in the back there. He's still landing all the arrows, but just look at the healing coming out from Salty. He's now going to erupt there in the enemy base, but a beautiful hypercharge mute will shut everything down. Humble hold it together, while on the other side,
Holy.
Boss has just been tapping away, hacking away at that save.
We just need to get this safe down to crack it. Maybe Semantic can push up, and not surely now that Lukey falls. So it will deprive them a little bit on the time side. This is an aggressive push. There's the crack that Humble needed. I love that from Semantic with that fast spot. Just going
Yeah, I think they got
and
this.
ensuring it, going to keep the aggression on. Maybe even going to get the whole safe down. Now someone from the spawn coming in, Salty, is going to be able to defend this, but they may have put their guard a bit too much here. Semantic trying to get it done on his own.
Come on.
Now, but now so much pressure on the shoulders of Big. A big super going out from Melee. Looking at defense. Now Big cannot afford to go down. They've got to stay here for the rest of the game.
They're going to play this one perfectly. Not a single death is going to be allowed for this. You can see Lukey, he's going to make a choice here. Wants to go for the save on the fear. Catches it out here.
What?
How did they do this?
How the...
4% left on their own save.
Nah, why did Lucky not jump over them to run through
And a game
to
to
the
them.
safe? I don't know.
Composure. Love that from Big.
Nah. Come on.
Very, very little times I've seen players really be able to pull that off under a lot of pressure. And Semantic almost was able to do it alone prior to that. I mean, but to hold their own, stand their ground, and get 2 cracks back to back there, really commendable stuff. Nice tap slow straight again off the bat from Humble. You're going to wonder as well, considering how strong their start was, what Humble will have to do to break this exterior, but they're doing pretty well off the back of it. And Lukey again, landing these shots, opens up the space for Boss on the left-hand side to get that 15 early % damage.
It's a good start there for Humble, but it wasn't this problem for them. This early game was strong for them. Big's strength really is off of the maximum speed there. You see Salty there, a little bit interesting gadget choice there to teleport across the wall, kind of giving a freebie there to Humble. It's some breathing room for them, and a total team wipe there secured by the Fat Splatter. Humble regain control inside the mid, and a little bit more taps should secure the first crack on the save.
Right, getting Lukey. Does find the glory, that's really good for him as well. Now Salty's going to trickle down for the poison. Boss staying alive there by using the ego to tank. Now the big event he might go down, stays alive, and 995 HP there. There's Lukey and Semantic that are doing a ton of work. It's now the max speed. It's going to be a costly thing. Now, with a great move for Semantic though, they turn their tides. And Lukey's able to get more damage on the save. Poison trickle over time, and that might even avail to a crack. If Salty doesn't defend,
Crack.
Go for a
Nice.
push on the right-hand side, it seems for Big.
Lukey, you're going to be hanging back here. One more arrow will go to the other side, but they don't want to allow a complete push there from Big. They have shown the ability to base race here, but they've lost their Cleric. The Glowy is gone here. Salty and Melee will not be getting any more support from his teammates. It is coming forward here, trying to play aggressive, but can't catch out a Lukey. He has to reset. With the max speed online, they will be looking to aggress back in the mid.
Nice master Fletcher there from Lukey to be able to sever that bond between the Glowy. Now another adventurous push coming in from Big. Day's got to heal up though himself. He can't just be solely responsible for the healing of Big. Melee low as well, and now Day falls. There's going to be a lot of pressure on Salty to be able to do this.
Yeah, I think they got this.
3 scenario in that mid. So now Humble going to recollect, slow the pace down slightly, heal up most importantly, and try to secure this high ground thing, go back to the safe.
Even going inside the mid, they're desperate to open up the map there. We know that the bush isn't really advantageous for them. You see the last push coming out, got 14 seconds left on the clock. Boss is
they got this. Yeah. I'm sure of it.
Seconds left. I don't even know if Big mathematically can be able to pull this up.
Yeah.
Again, but crack one layer of the safe. But Boss is on
GG's.
the other.
Okay, nice. One more. Come on.
The set.
I think towards the end,
Come on, they can make it.
Committed themselves. I didn't really see a world in which, even if they were just entirely on the safe, that it was going to get shredded in time, especially when that safe crack happened. It went down to 24%, so you're already giving yourself a little bit of grace that if the other side does stop at 25, you've got that additional 1. So let's see an immediate break then on the side of Big, which might even just help Lukey, honestly, getting good taps from Salty. Sneaky Sneaker's going to be teleporting him back with help of Boss. He's already Humble, defending pretty well so far.
Same situation as that game number 1, but we are seeing DD playing a lot more aggressive here. And he got punished immediately by Lukey once again. Just no respect there to one of the best sharpshooters in the world, but it's a gamble that DD had to make there. It's going to allow damage to start pouring in on the save, but the first speed of the game has been going out there. It's a really big push there from Big. This is the best all set.
Yeah, this is dangerous. Lukey's low. and gets tapped up by Salty. Semantic has got to have the defense of his life. He needs help. Boss now coming in to support, but the save already down 2 cracks. 49% is a
3
terrible
cracks.
start now.
That is really annoying.
Salty is being really annoying there, almost gets self-pinched there, goes back into Lukey that gets tapped down. It's the first time that we've seen all set Humble being down by an entire layer of shielding, and I think Big, they smell blood, they know that the speed is going to be going out there, but
Nice.
patience from them, stun down to melee, but it's going to be enough. It's
Aw.
going to be that comes in with a big hypercharge, super fierce up to 2. You see the grip chains off there on the left side as well, but somehow Humble are
Wow, they defended really well.
Lukey is still managing to hold himself strong in this situation, but everything is speeding towards you. It's so essential to land
Don't
these
think it's
arrows.
gonna
He's doing
be enough.
With the glowy heals, it's just really consistency that's keeping Humble still alive in this game. Now pitched as
Nice.
well. That's
Yes.
beautiful for Boss.
Okay, amazing.
Clean takedown. Semantic on the safe, getting maximum damage now. I don't think he'll quite get the crack, but Humble did very well in that situation. That could have really gone another way.
Impatience there from a Big will cost them here. Almost a second live, shielding on their sip that's going to be gone. We throw the second piggy bank, just opening up more of this mid map. Don't want to give Lukey that full mid control. All eyes are there on Salty, though, should be able to get that speed online yet again. They've got 30 seconds left on the clock. They just need to defend this one.
I understand what is being by strategy combats, basically. But yeah, if you never played it, it's a bit tricky to understand. Yeah. Wish I could help you understand, but unfortunate.
Excellent synergy there from Big. This glowy max absolutely paid off for them, and I love that they were able to pick themselves back up after that game number 1 against Humble there. Humble didn't even play bad in my opinion, though. It's really just the strength of these modern comps. With glowy and max coming together, it just makes them so survivable. And as you mentioned, this Buffy max now is a whole different beast for what we remember. This is no longer the max that, you know, is losing matchups into matches like Lola. It really was the pure mechanical skill of Humble that was keeping them inside this set. And, I mean, as brilliant as they were, Big was just too much.
Super aggressive, and that's exactly the way that you approach, you know, your match against the number 2 seed of EMEA. For me, it's not even Max's best heist map. I feel she's even better in safe zone, but in this kind of situation in Kaboom Canyon, it's such an open space. You've got so much maneuverability that when you're collectively together with the helping hand of a Glowy that continuously provide those heals, you just got so... I mean, look at the other side of Humble. I mean, that's a tremendous amount of kills. 34 in total, and insane DPS for Lukey, 488. But again, objectively, what Big brought to the table was just better. Like, they're not looking to get kills. They're looking to keep aggressing, keep the pressure on. And that's a great way to leaven out the playing field going into our 3rd set then. Hot Zone up next, Ring of Fire. And this, again, is going to be a tough situation for Big. This series in general is not going to be easy. So, like, I think they're giving themselves a good chance now, getting some good spirits within the conversation. It's always good to feel confident. If there were 2 sets down at this point, then things can escalate. So I'm glad that they're going into this set now with a good firm headspace.
And it's back on their familiar map as well. They selected Ring of Fire up against Humble. I have to always bring it back to the cheese discussion. We've seen a lot of gray on this map, and I'm sure that Humble will not allow it to slip through. Yeah, immediately the gray is banned out. On the other side of Big, they do respect Humble here in the form of breaking out the Bolt. Banning out the Lu and banning out the Surge here. With 2 first picks that Humble could have gone for.
Griff here for me, I think, is the heaviest consideration. I mean, the bans are so targeted. I mean, Humble would have been so good with Meg, Ruffs, Lumi. They're all kind of, you know, big kind of brawlers here for me. Pierce, though, not banned out here. That's definitely concerned. I'm surprised that actually Humble didn't kind of snap it up immediately. So, but maybe
Yeah, it was sad, bro.
It would be a great pairing with 8-bit if they do want to bring in a Pierce later on. But I think for Big, they should heavily consider brawlers like that. I think the grey ban for me gives me a sigh of relief.
It's been a while now.
But I do worry looking at some of Big's, you know, sort of scrim picks. They bring in things like Jessie. They bring in things like Pam, and I'm not overly convinced. I think Pam's okay. I don't want to see a Jessie.
Yeah, I don't want to see either of those brawlers into this 8-bit. And as you mentioned, called it out, the grip is really,
But yeah,
really heavily contested.
it was
it's a pairing that you also don't
it was sad.
Humble. You never want to play into a grip 8-bit on this map. Both brawlers have received insane buffies. And for Griff, he's got that coin shell gadget now that he can just opt to chain towards. And, you know, Piggybank is also decent if you want to deter some kind of last pick here. It's going to be the stew that they pair it up with. That's a pretty classic pairing.
Yeah.
Take away another easy selection that
I know.
But again, if they do go Pierce here, like, it's going to outrange the Stu tremendously. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be obviously you know, some speed zone gadgets potentially coming in, maybe some Gatter heal as well to dance around the shots. But I mean, with an 8-bit combined, it's definitely a concerning prospect that they might want to overthrow in the final hurdle. But with Max Ban already there, they can't really add something that can elevate this comp to kind of be able to juke around a lot of those shots. And it is going to be that.
Pierce, yeah, Pierce is good.
Hope the big were expecting
But
that.
against
Pick it up themselves, right? So
Stu, it
that is in their back
depends.
pocket. That they are making Humble kind of fall
Depends,
into their
yeah.
trap almost. But I'm definitely concerned.
Let's see.
I don't know how much of a trap it is to give Lukey his favorite brawler in the game, if I'm gonna be honest,
I
right?
know.
I mean, one of those bans, surely you swap it out there for the Pierce here, just to respect the man himself. And instead of Humble, I think I love the fact that they banned out the Maxia, actually. They are showing the respect. They know that they don't want to basically run into a similar situation that Totem ran into, right? Whereby they just lost to Meeple 3 sets in a row. They immediately just make the correction, put their ego aside, say, let's ban this out, let's not deal with it. They wrap it out with the Mina. I'm a big fan of the selection. I think they needed some
Yeah, they got a
some kind of
really strong comp here.
and, you know, this
Must
is
be
a
at
role that
least, must
Symantec
be.
really enjoys playing.
Definitely thinks it is an option maybe here. I mean, Meatfall 2, I mean, I'm just trying to think that if they're trying to shut down this kind of Pierce's long-range sharpshooter, then you can have the Mansions of Meatfall gadget, but that's going to only suffice for so long. Oh my
Yes, see
You didn't want to
Are you
see
kidding
it.
me?
what
We're
the
gonna see
actual
it, Mark.
flip.
Let them cook. Let them cook.
don't let them cook.
When you're the underdog,
Nah.
you cheese your way to
Nah,
victory.
it's not
And in
cheese.
this case, it's pretty
It's
bad.
insanity.
It's-
No.
I think no one has played this brawler for 3 years in esports. Honestly, what the hell?
Some hidden prowess that has not been seen for what is considered in SpenLC's tier list as an F tier brawler.
Like, I know you're a half-full kind of guy, Spoo, but like, let's just bring things back down to earth slightly. This is the same brawler which cost, you know, sort of KDS 2 sets and almost their qualification prospects going to final monthly final in North America. I mean, with the speed zone, it can get some good maneuverability. I want to see the turret go down, but it's got a small buff recently. It's not meta.
SpenLC, F tier brawler. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's listening. And so far, it's been the Lukey show. He's been tapping away inside the mid, but soon every time he misses a single shot, it's gonna be
Wow.
big.
What a dodge from Melee.
It really
Okay,
has
nice.
been Lukey in the mid, and the silence is just really passive. Lukey finally gets a single kill here.
Ooh.
Should be going out here today on that right lane. It's pretty even so far.
Yeah, it's not because it's
So far,
not because the brawler is F tier means it's trash.
Targeting the 8-bit, because that's going to be where he's going to get the most value. Nice team up there between Lukey and Boss. Putting the pressure on now.
Nice.
Hypercharge coming in, and Boss going to be in a very nice spot, especially if they can find Daily on the right-hand side. Getting locked in there will definitely prove a troublesome thing for Salty and ready to push into the mid. Nice dive, but it was heavily punished there by Lukey and Symantec. But again, Big just finding themselves to get onto the zone. Going to get that turret. There's not too much hassle. One more tap and it will be gone, but they actually kind of are missing a couple of shots there on this on Humble. That's just in Swifter.
He's doing pretty well here inside the mid. Melee's going to be pinched out, though, just over.
What are they doing right now?
The next fall there, managed to run for the hills there.
They need to stay in the zone in the middle of the map. To complete it at 100%. And how long is what it's gonna be? It's all the time, bro. All the year. This might take a few hours. Yeah, but I'm not gonna stream anything after those two teams are done. I'm gonna end the stream because I'm not gonna stay like 6 to 8 hours here. Yeah. Come on, Humble. Nice. They won. Whoa.
Punishes the Jesse, punishes Big's hubris here. 25% behind, and yes, Symantec. I don't know, guys. I mean, I think there's more we should have done. I think we should have crushed this harder.
Yeah, I agree. Should have crushed that.
You know, as long as the Jesse doesn't win,
Should have
then
smashed
I'd be
them.
happy here.
You say, oh yeah, sometimes, yeah.
You're a hater.
You know, it did get some value, but I think realistically there for me, the reason it was so close was more the fact that Humble just, again, with a sluggish 8-bit and those turrets that you really need to have that.
When they are done, yeah, it's gonna be,
Like, we want to see the rest of Humble.
yeah, it will be around 3 hours since we started, and we still have this, and this, which will do around, yeah, 7 to 8 hours. Can be longer. Can go to 10 to 12, but I don't know if they will today.
That's why we're seeing Salty already make the rotation on the left side. Want to get this turret out as soon as possible. But Semantic, yeah, just chucking infinite ammo here on the left side. Well, Luki continues to dominate in the mid melee. Good luck getting a super there, buddy. You're not going to get any value here. Luki's going to just rush up in the mid, synergize there. The whole of Humble just completely in the jaws and the clutches, tearing this Jesse to bits. And Big in a total spawn trap. This arc, I think, is what you were thinking would happen in game number 1.
Yeah, well, they've allowed Luke to control the mid. Semantics locked in the top left. This is exactly the layout that Humble were looking to try to achieve in the previous game, but just were floundering somewhat to do it. And now Boss thought it might have a bit of an impact here as Big will recollect themselves, but already, I mean, that's 92% to only 15. It's such a big lead for Humble that I'm sure that as soon as they can kind of lock in again.
Yeah, I know the server. What is he doing to the server? Oh, they won. Nice. GG's. It's not Fluters versus Drainers. What? That's so dumb. Why would he do that? What? I don't get it.
And your answer is the Jesse last pick?
It annoys me because in the previous set I was praising Big for really targeted bans. You know, it showed great awareness, and trying to shut Humble down that way is, in my opinion, the only way that you're going to be able to win this one. It's, you know, it's not a time for experimentation. Kind of what I was feeling when I was watching the North American qualifiers with KDS. You know, it was like, it's okay. It's nothing flashy. It's nothing special. I think in this current meta, despite global bans now being a thing, you know, there are still better options. Like, it's just one of those brawlers that, for me, it's so circumstantial to the comp that you're playing into. And when you're looking down the barrel of an 8-bit, a Mina and a Pierce, it doesn't have a place. And I think it's deserving of 0 kills.
I'm sorry, Jesse. I'm sorry, Big. I mean, we don't want to dog on this pick too long. We're going to bring it back home there. Yeah, I got to bring it back here. But Humble, kudos to them here. This is not a
that pick was just bad. Like,
whatsoever. This
what are they thinking about? Honestly, Jesse. I don't know. It's funny though.
Very stable comp.
You
That's what I
know,
want to see
that's
from
nice.
these world champions. Don't allow these upsets to happen. And going into Brawl Ball, this is back on their home territory. They could close this out 3-1 and shut Big out of the LCQ race.
And the issue here now is that Big are going in with no momentum. They got a set in the previous, and they then drafted some ideas.
You were going to say it. You were going to say it.
I know, but I need to see here a serious ban. It's the biggest threat, I think, and it's definitely one that kind of... Brawl Ball and Damien, you know, for me, is a serious threat. And we're seeing now a lot of players not banning Damien. They are going to ban Sirius. Actually, Humble are going to ban Sirius, which is really interesting. A Brawl which they had a 100% win rate on in scrim. So the 8-bit as well banned out here. The Surge, I like that Meg global ban. Still going to be very relevant here. But, you know, the Damien, it's definitely
That's, I don't know.
ban is,
Why doing that, bro? I don't know.
I
don't know. Sorry.
M's first pick, and I was
Ems.
I thought this brawler had fallen off a little bit too much. I still think she's very viable.
Lots of
Yeah,
pairings here to go
pretty
with
good brawler.
I mean,
I haven't played
Leon
that
is
about it.
still
Yeah,
snag, and that's,
I understood, bro.
Just
No
throws the
worries.
lollipop drop, gives that invisibility, gives the speed to allow the M to just run into the mid. Max is also still very much on the table. That could be the weapon.
It's okay, bro. Happens.
Should be. I mean, that was what they used to great success here. And this is a map that, you know, that glowy Max pairing could indeed still be good. It does also work with the Damien as well. Yeah, Big, they've done their homework. They don't want to give a free pair here of that Leon Ems to a Humble here. Let's see if Damien is in the cards for them.
Damien, yeah, can be
They
powerful.
need something like that's going to be unpredictable, I feel, here to be able to unhinge Humble.
Sorry.
Lotus could be an option here as well if they want to just have something ready on the table for the turn that Humble are going to bring in shortly. I do worry a little bit again with some of these tankier brawlers and Damien and Griff gonna have.
But actually, why not
the gadget. You know, this is the thing that I now see with Griff quite.
yeah,
You've got
why
the
not
option in the
Pierce
final
now?
week of your draft, whether you want to open up or
Let's
keep them
play him
in
again.
close. Now going back over to Humble then, and I really suggest that they pick up this Max. I mean, Max and Ems is going to be such a troublesome thing to have to deal with. And I'm surprised, to be honest, that Big didn't go for it. It's kind of exactly where I'm thinking. Sometimes we see Humble experiment with Poco and some hill-based comps, but I don't think it's necessary with the way that this draft is shaping up to be.
I am
think you just
so
gotta run this
tired.
down and
Ew.
maybe just go Max and Damien and then leave them in front. And
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
Max gonna come
okay.
around straight away. Let's see how they pair it. I feel like for me, Big might be in trouble.
Yeah, it just very well might be the Damien here that is gonna be coming online for them. It was one of the most common.
Their
pairings
OBS
there
has
between them
crashed.
And the M's.
Okay.
And, I think they also will
There we go.
snatch that away from the side of Big. That is a pretty big weapon that both of these teams have shown in scrims that they picked up a fair bit here. With Sirius out of the equation as well, there's also no really clean counters there to Damien. I mean, there's a lot of DPS there, but the way that Damien now after the nerf no longer plays as a
Damien,
force,
yeah.
that
Nice.
Damien is gonna be coming in there.
It's gonna be
He's gonna
good.
take up the wall of sound here. He's gonna be buying time for that M to just
They
walk
are
up and
gonna
take that
destroy
mid control and then just play with your allies, play with
Big.
your teammates, jump in, push your allies, push your enemies around there, and allow the M's to really shine here.
You know, as soon as you see the serious ban, you're thinking, well, they're doing that for a reason.
Gale's good.
Gale's not
All right.
actually a bad response. Gale can get some
One of the
fantastic
best
results in Brawl Ball. I
That's
think
really
under
good
the
response to
circumstances, That's not a bad
the Damien, but
idea to bring in, but I'm hoping that that's not just kind of reactive. I hope that that was kind of like planned, because otherwise I kind of have some concerns there, because there's a lot of brawls which they maybe should have prioritized a bit heavier. But you know, I think that it's not a bad come. I can't not side with the Humble draft here, to be honest. But there's nothing that's going to be counting out Big's draft here. It's actually okay. I don't mind it at all. It's got a chance. It's got legs. It's just at the moment, you know, being behind against a team like Humble, it's not going to be easy.
But it's what they have to do if they still want a chance here to go to the last chance qualifiers. The donut is firmly in control for the moment. That's the strength of that lollipop drop, the speed it allows you to get inside the mid. It is Big in full control at the moment, but Humble, they're the ones, you know, just playing very patiently with these unbreakable walls. You don't have to really peek out so quickly here. Second lollipop drop is going to be going down, then Symantec
Oh,
is
shit.
the first to fall here. Could be a goal here for Big.
Oh, that's a good pick of as well. They timed this correctly. I think it went to hands on Lukey. Melly still going to be there in position now. That's a bit
What?
massively, so you cannot make those mistakes. And now you're going to get punished. They
What
take
the-
down Lukey back as well. Gets the ball.
wow.
And
That's what I call esports. That's what I call esports.
No, it's gone so wrong for Big.
They messed up so badly.
Unable to play team play, unable to pass the ball between each other. They're gonna leave it in the past now as they have to defend.
How?
Slow coming in from Humble. Semantics should be going in straight
Oh.
from melee of all targets. It will be a distraction play for Luke to go in their lasers.
Haha, let's go.
Tornado in the way doesn't block the shot. They're gonna run down the clock here a little bit here and secure this first goal.
Let's go. One more.
I mean, at this stage, when there's so much at stake and on the line, those are the moments you've got to seize. For Big, they are now going to have to escape that moment from their minds and just focus on this push. Boss under pressure. Semantic
Kaboom.
diving in to helping hand things, and Boss is going to be pushing this left-hand side.
Yeah, that's a win,
speeding
honestly.
towards Day-Day, who might have, again, a twister, but it's not the end of the world for Humble, especially in this position. They're going to hold firm, slow down the pace, and slam a sound wall down for Semantic. Going to buy his time. They're going to pull back the whole suite of action.
Why?
Coming now as well. This is gonna be a
That I don't know. They're not
brilliant
playing good this game.
how can Big defend this?
Big is playing
Completely
pretty bad this
overran,
game, yeah.
it's gonna be surely
GG's.
a match point for Humble.
So if they win the next match in here,
This may not
They
be
won.
the way that Big want to end the season. At the very least, they want to go to set number 5 at least and keep their dreams for LCQ alive. Meanwhile, for Humble though, it's just another monthly final for them. They want to be able to go all the way here. They want to meet their nemesis in foot. Can a Big pull this one back? Can they reset from what a massive, catastrophic fumble that we saw earlier?
They're pushing forwards, but the ball almost
everyone like
bounced
and
down.
so appreciate you, Profan. Thank you very much, bro.
They did actually pretty
Appreciate
well there.
you
They would have been double teamed, but
staying
as long as Boss is there,
during all the
pretty hard
stream.
for Big to really do much
Appreciate it
out of
very
this
much, bro.
position. Now, Luke finds Salty, actually gets the takedown as well. Speed for his time now. Daily falls as
Suppose
well.
me a
It's gonna be
ton.
really tough to do anything
Ah,
about.
GG's.
And Melly knows it. Boston does take his time and score that goal. And already Big are on the back foot and there's only been 35 seconds to play. Again,
One more
Humble can just sit back now
goal
and
and it's a win.
You just cornered the ball here or opt to play more aggressive. Both options are open, but this is a very good start there from the side of Big Melee. Hypercharge Super is completely nullified there by Boss's immunity frame. That was really, really well timed there for him. And that's gonna just completely
So,
stop the
do you like
momentum
Insta
that
right
Big
now?
had going into this with the speed
Thanks, bro.
coming now online. They still want to go for it though. Nice push there from Day. It's gonna be getting over to claim one, but Luki with the Hypercharge Super is gonna be able to just clear out with the ball. There was a temptation to even snatch it, just run all the way. It's just these two star players from Humble there just running things over now with just sheer mechanical
Nice.
dominance. A full team wipe has emerged there. Luki passes the ball over, and surely there should be enough. Passes it over to
She GG's.
gonna be a 3-1
That's
victory
game.
for
That
Humble.
is game. Let's go.
And with that, Big will just load
They
their
are
heads
so
and
mad.
the play. They knew they had
But
a
he
mountain
played
to
so bad.
climb.
I'm sorry,
They
bro.
gave themselves some great prospects to be
In
able to
this game,
actually
they
do
played
so.
really
I think
bad.
that, you know, on a good day, with some better drafts and some higher considerations to banning out specific brawlers, again, I mean, Luki, Pierce, Max, you can't let those kind of brawlers land in that man's lap.
Yeah.
And I think that they just kind
Honestly.
of look to themselves at the end of it. They can obviously still have their academy team go through challenges potentially and make LCQ, but again, that was a little bit disappointing.
Hmm.
I think that it absolutely could have gone to a fifth and final set. I mean, Big
Yeah, it was
played
lucky.
some good prospects, especially in Heist. I really like that
Makes
draft.
sense.
But then, you know, a questionable draft in Hot Zone. Big blunders in Brawl Ball. These are the moments that you
GG's.
like that, and certainly not against a team like Humble.
Those were the first two teams who dared to let Bolt
He's
open.
disgust.
Nova made it through the global bans. It's something that we see from Big very often. They sometimes let these huge, super strong brawlers slip, and sometimes your opponents are just going to pick them up and win the set with it. I truly felt like this could be Big's day. They needed to win this match to still have a chance at LCQ, and if they would have won the whole monthly final today, they could have gone to Worlds. So really heartbreaking for them. Their journey is cut short. Still,
Yeah.
they can give themselves a pat on the back. They just won at least a set. They looked
Well,
like they could compete.
I am gonna end the stream here, guys. I do appreciate you all for coming in. Sorry, sorry, I'm exhausted, guys. I do appreciate you all for coming in. Hope you all had a great time, even though it was a different stream today, a more chill, you know. For coming in. If you enjoyed, yeah, I mean the stream profile. I said it. I don't know 3 times maybe. But yeah, I mean the stream. Uh, sports tournament ended. No, yo, Sumik, come in, bro. I'm ending the stream, unfortunately. They ended already. Yeah, I've been answering for almost 3 hours. And I got stuff to do, and I'm exhausted. Uh, yeah, I'm sorry. I might stream a bit tonight, though. Maybe with Elite, or maybe with another friend. We'll see. Ghost isn't available today, unfortunately. Um, yeah, I'm sorry, Sumek. Uh, I'm really sorry. Um, yeah, if you want to talk, just come on Instagram. I'm really, really sorry about that. Um, but yeah, I don't really have a choice right now. See you in the next one, bro. Appreciate that, bro, fan. See you in the next one. Appreciate the sports. Appreciate it. Um, yeah, see you all in the next one. Anyways, bro, take rest. Appreciate you, bro. I hope you can take some rest as well. I know you work a lot. Um, yeah, never hesitate to send me a message. You know it. I probably won't send you any messages because I don't want to bother you. Um, but yeah, I'm here for you if you need anything. Appreciate you all, guys, and see you in the next one. Peace.